Friday, you bastard.
All you folks who poo should just use one. Oh, I got a feeling you are not really done. All of you who poo should just use one. This may not wipe out global warming, but it's a start.
Yeah, all you folks who poo, and those of you who don't, boy, we're sure jealous about that, I'll tell you. 10:01 at 5:60. There's Richard Quest with the 85 teeth. Oh, my God. He's enough to make you... Let's have the Revolutionary War all over again. Oh! Let's forget about Iraq. Let's send all the troops to Britain and bomb those bloody Brits. Bastards. Anyway, we got all this stuff going on today, so are you going to take care of that? Do we get that? Because, you know, we have the MySpace pages on there. It's like the third or fourth
my job
down.
is done, and soon it will be there.
What do you mean by that? Eric is going to do it?
Well, he's the one that has to do it, yeah.
He's got the power to take a shower.
I assume that's the page you were talking about is the neilrogers.com page.
Right.
Yes. Yeah,
because obviously a lot more people see that than our MySpace page and look at those comments and stuff like that. And the kid with a T-shirt that says, I got butt something at Neverland.
It'll be done by the first break.
And all I got was a crappy T-shirt. But, yeah, it's Brady Quinn. And they're just clowning around, you know, with a couple of young guys there. And they got each other's hands on each other's basket. I don't know. I mean... Clowning around is one thing, but that looks kind of serious to me. And there were all those rumors, you know, about Brady. And then there was that pasty-looking blonde girlfriend, which, believe me, if he was of a heterosexual bent, he would be doing a lot better than that. She's just a beard, you know. In fact, maybe she's a guy. So we got the ratings coming out in a second. We got a great call to start.
Mentally ill.
And then we got Dave Johnson calling at 11 o'clock with our Derby preview. You know what I did? I did a minimum of homework on the Derby this time.
Okay.
No, I really did, because what's the point? It's not a fair race. There's 20 horses. And when I was in Amsterdam, because the BBC is on a lot, there's the only stations when you're in Europe. That's the only thing I would say is kind of a letdown, is TV. Although in Amsterdam they do have a lot of shows in English with Dutch subtitles, you know, and they just leave the English audio. Thank God, old, you know, stuff. But the BBC was showing the horse races, I think, on the weekend, as I came into the hotel to relax for a little oxygen in between my activities. At any rate, and they have all these, Dave and I have talked about it before, they have these, do they call them, what is a steeplechase? Is that with the hurdles, or is that something else?
Yes, actually, I know that.
And the Brits are very big on that, and they have all the hurdles. And it's just unbelievable. You know, like the one hurdle, like 6 horses get wiped out. They go falling all over each other, and the jockeys go flying in the air. And it's like, oh, well, we lost 4 and 6 and 18 on that hurdle there. And they just keep galloping along like nothing happened, you know. Well, we only had to destroy 3 today. Just barbarians, that's what they are, the Brits. Maybe that's why they have those rotten, nasty teeth. Oh, look at that. Queen Elizabeth visiting Jamestown shortly. Don't anybody touch the Queen. I had forgotten. I had heard that before, and then forgot about it because I don't pay much attention to that particular queen.
Well, who would want to?
Some other queen. I beg your pardon?
Who would want to?
Want to touch that bitch? You know, I remember reading that book, The Royals, by Kitty Kelly. That was really a very funny book, and just ripped the royal family. That's where I found out that their name was Battenberg, and they were really a bunch of Germans. And the comment was Prince Philip was getting really exasperated because he couldn't keep the old bitch, the queen, out of his bed. They obviously have separate, maybe even separate bedrooms, I don't know, because, you know, it's the royal family and everything has to be prim and proper. And God forbid they should, like, you know, do stuff like that. But at any rate, he couldn't keep the horny old queen out of his bed. Well, I know something about being a horny old queen. Believe me. Wow. At any rate, Richard Quest is saying...
Remember, put this into context.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, he needs to be taken out right now. I don't mean like taken out for a walk like a dog. I mean just taken out. Jesus, God. Well, before we get to ratings and Dave Johnson and our Derby preview and another great call here, QAM, hello. QAM.
No show again, huh?
Rose still weighing options. Barry Jackass writes in the Herald this morning, and it was Chris who, you know, I got a email yesterday in MySpace from some guy who's obsessed with Chris. He said he voted at work, and then he ran home and voted in the, he voted twice on the poll, so we get our 1600 yesterday. He said, I did it for Chris. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Kind of scares me a little.
Yeah, you ought to be scared. He's kind of a craggy old-looking guy. Probably another queen. Barry Jackass says Jimmy Syphilis has decided his broadcasting future, but his buddy and former Dolphins radio partner Joe Rose apparently is still mulling his. Cephalo, the Dolphins' radio play-by-play voice, are you kidding me? Confirmed this week he'll leave Channel 10 when his contract expires in September. Rose, meanwhile, was offered a 3-year contract extension to remain $7.90 the ticket's morning host, but was given a deadline within the next couple of weeks. QAM's got interest in Rose, but isn't allowed to contact him till his contract expires September 1. Rose declined to comment, but his agent, Ralph Stringer, said Rose hadn't made a decision as of yesterday afternoon, says Barry Jackass. Because Rose does not have a non-compete clause, he would be allowed, hypothetically, to leave 790 on September 1 and go to work elsewhere like QAM the next day. Nobody would be surprised if Rose stays at 790, says Barry, though the Dolphins are moving from the ticket to QAM. Rose probably won't have an opportunity to continue working as the analyst on the game broadcast. The Dolphins at QM initially discussed having Rose join Cephalo and Mandich in a 3-man booth, but now there's a feeling internally 3 voices on the radio broadcast is 1 too many. Uno too mas. How do you say 2?
Too many?
Yeah, 1 too many.
Demasiado.
Oh, wow. Way beyond my capacity.
Sure,
So a WQAM Dolphin offer to Rose likely will include a regular talk show, plus a role on Dolphin pregame or postgame programming, but probably not a role on game broadcast unless the Dolphins change their thinking on 3-man booth, which is possible, says Barry, the Fairy. Rose, the former Dolphins' tight end, intends to remain the lead sportscaster at NBC6. Cephalo, meanwhile, could have continued at Channel 10 beyond this contract, but never had any desire to do so. Hired as WPLG's lead sportscaster in '93, the former Dolphins receiver reduced his TV duties to Sunday and Monday nights after landing the Dolphins gig. He'll anchor his final PLG broadcast in September. My wine business is growing, and it's where my time needs to be spent, Cephalo said. My loyalty is to the Dolphins and WQAM. Cephalo remained the voice of the Dolphins on the radio. Hey, Jimmy.
You fairy.
Channel 10 declined to comment on Cephalo's departure, but always decided to make Will Manso its lead sports anchor after Miss Syphilis leaves. Former Dolphin receiver OJ McDuffie, who gave up his midday talk show on the ticket last summer where he had a met with QM officials in the past week, appeared on air Monday, is being considered for a role. Oh, my God, I hope it's just a jelly roll. Wow. And Barry, this is really amazing, this stuff. QAM likely needs to add at least one on-air personality not only for Dolphin pregame or postgame shows, but also to handle some evening talk shows after the expected departure of the Marlins after the season, and the Panthers, with the Panthers very likely changing stations possibly to the ticket. Play-by-play man Steve Geldstein, who also has value as a talk show, Barry says, host, probably couldn't continue doing shows for QM long-term. Won't that be a shame? To get that voice off the air. QM initially planned to have Eddie Kay appearing only after Marlins games and other slots, but has decided to resume airing his late night show every weeknight. One change from past years, Kaplan goes off the air at 1 a.m., not 2. And it goes on about the number of female sportscasters doubled from 1 to 2, with Jill Martin returning Andrea Brody, but nobody cares. And then something about Keith Olbermann. Oh, geez. And Bob Ebersol did this, and this one did that. And Keyshawn Johnson. And beginning Monday, ESPN2's signature morning show will change its name from Cold Pizza to First Take and relocate from New York to ESPN's Bristol, Connecticut studios. A bonus, Barry says, we can now watch Stephen A. Smith argue with colleagues in high definition. Well, won't that be something to watch Stephen A. Smith argue with colleagues in high def? I'm sure George will be tuned in. He'll be glued to the set. So that's Barry's take on all this stuff. And the fax machine is going now. Now, did you just send me something here?
Yes.
Oh. The rating. Is this the ratings?
Yes.
Oh, be still my aching heart.
They're bad, I'm told.
Are they really?
That's what I heard.
What a surprise. Not. Big is number 1 overall in Men 2554. Wow, from 4th to number 1. And this is before they put the Ron and Ancient Paul on 40 hours a day. 6.4 for Big, WBGG. Wow. CMQFM, no speaking English, they're still second. Power, look at the jump they made from 12th to 3rd, 5.2 for Power. Radio Ritmo, oh, this is really heavy ethnic. Radio Ritmo, 6th to 4th. Hot 105, from 2nd they dropped to 5th. Radio Amor, all the ethnics all the time, from 1st down to a tie for 6th. Love 94 from 7th to 6th. And the Coast from 3.7 to a 4.0. That's the top 8 overall, the whole week. Really bad. Well, that's no surprise. WXDJ, no speaking English, 3.8. WEDR. WIOD, 2.6 up to a 3.3 in overall in the week. Number 11, from 14th to 11th. I'm still looking for a... Oh, no! Oh, no! Do you see that? Waxy
no, they're all in the machine there.
Went from a tie for 19th to 15th with a 2.8, and QAM from a 3.3 from 11th to a tie for 18th, 2.5. They kicked our ass. Oh, no. The ticket. Dun, 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 dun. I can hear Joel right now saying, kicking ass. Yeah, you're kicking ass, all right. You're number 15. Wow, I'd be pretty excited about that. We're number 18 overall. That's the whole station, Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to midnight. Wow. How disgraceful. Scare America went from a 2.6 down to a 1.8. Radio Mambi from 25th to 24th. They're making a really big move. Look at that. There's a station called WTPS. That used to be, I worked there. I managed that station in Kalamazoo in Portage, Michigan, 1968 and 9. And the call letters disappeared because it became WBUK, Country Buck. And now there's a WTPS, which nobody knows what it is. Do we know it's an AM? Can you believe that?
What?
And by the way, WFTL 850, that's, oh my God, that's the, what's his name, Mancow station. They got a 0.3 overall during the week in men. Man, that Mancow is sure doing it, isn't he? Just like we are. Hey, listen, we're nobody to talk. The ticket kicked our ass. Oh, man, you can just see Joel Feinberg over there high-fiving it. Yeah, Joe, you want to stay here, man. Hey, Joe hates you, by the way, Joel. He hates you. Wishes you would die a wicked death. So that's not a very good, not very auspicatory start. That was in Network, he used that line. Remember that narrator with the deep voice?
Yes.
And it was not, the debut of the Howard Beale Show was not auspicatory or something like that. Mornings, men. Oh, let's do the break first, and when we come back, then we'll do the breakdown these day parts, and I think probably breakdown is the word.
Friday, you bastard.
Available now. Anna Nicole's Diaries on tape.
Me, fat. Me, eat food. Husband, old. Husband, lots of money. Me, eat. Husband, dead. Larry Burkhead, cute. Sex is fun. Baby, pretty. Me, eat pills.
Anna Nicole's Diaries on tape.
Me, no feel good.
Oh, yeah, me no feel good. 1016 at 560 WQAM. You can say that again. Me no feel good.
Yeah.
Me want to puke my guts out. Let's take a look at that schedule before we get into these numbers, dig right into these ratings. Of course, you can't complain about ratings on this station because we don't have any. But anyway, Power Hour with Mad Dog at 2. You got the Power Hour with Hank and the Mad Dog 4 to 5. Oh, the Humper's going to be on today. Wow. That's what it says here, although I don't know. Because then it says Eddie K from Vegas, 5 to 6:30. Because the Humper is in Louisville. Marlins on deck at 6:30. And Marlins against the Padres, right here in town, no less. Well, not here in town, but they're in town, 7:05. And then game night with Craig Mish follows the Marlin game. The Marlins actually didn't play yesterday, so that's good. Men 25 to 54. This is our bread and butter, at least it used to be. Let's take a look at these stellar numbers. Number 1 is Big. Wow, no wonder they put Ron and Ancient Paul on there for a million hours. They had a 7.6. They're number 1, which says a lot about the market in the morning. WXDJ is number 2. WHQT, Hot 105. Oh, and Brandon tells me that WTPS is an Al Sharpton station where they have, I don't know, a lot of angry dark folks. Hot 105, number 3 in the morning. Radio Amor dropped from 1st to 4th. Oh, 7.2 down to a 4.9 share. CMQ FAMA, 4.9 to a 4.1. They're still number 5. Power 96. Look at the jump they made over at Power. That must be the Greg Reed factor. 2.4 to a 4.1 from tied for 14th to 5th in the morning. Power 96. Radio Ritmo is 5th. The Coast is 6th. This is Men 2554. You show me a guy that listens to the Coast.
You fairy.
WEDR dropped from 6th to 9th. Boy, they seem to be fading, aren't they? WEDR, didn't they always in Men? They were way up there, weren't they? Life, WLYF, the music of your life, Slush, is 10th. And then Waxy in the morning is number 10, tied for 10th with a 3.0. Oh! Look at that. They went from a 2.5 up to a 3.0. Oh! Of course, that's Joe Rose, who probably is coming over here, we hope. Don't stay over there, Joe. They hate he hates Joel Feinberg like poison. Won't get no better. What did I tell you was the straw that broke the camel's back when they let Joe Rose go in this joint?
Yeah,
Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, but it was worth it because we had to get Howard over here.
Oh, I forgot about that. Let's see, and now they're number 10 tied in the morning, Waxy, with a 3.0. What have our guys got? Oh, we're number 21 with a 2.2. Oh, boy, wouldn't Kimba look cute with a 2.2 on? From a 2.4 down to a 2.2, dropping like a boulder from the top of the Empire State Building. Wow. And speaking of dropping, look at us here in Midday.
I think this is a record in my memory.
A record low?
I don't remember ever seeing a number that low.
No.
Ever.
We're tied for 7th, though. We're way above everybody else on this station, is all I can tell you. And we beat the crap out of the guys across the street. This is the one-day part where we can continue to prevail, although with a very embarrassing number. Last 10-3, we had a 6.2. We were second. And then the 10-2, we got the number 1, right?
Right.
Or did we get number... Huh?
No, we got number 1?
Yeah, we did.
Yes. With the breakdown, yes. Barely.
Yes. Here, from 10-3, we got a 3.7. We're tied for 7th, so that means we got a 4, I don't know.
Probably about the 4, because the 3-1 follows us, so it's not going to go up that much.
4 something. 4-1, 4-2.
Yeah.
We'll pass Radio Ritmo, so we'll be in the top 5, 6, something like that. Whatever we got. Not good. Not good. Not on this show. That's a pretty paltry number. But you know something? You have to look at what's around you, man. That 2-2 in the morning, that just sure leaves me cold and, shivery.
You blaming those guys?
What is it?
I said, how's it going?
Afternoons, Big is just kicking ass. Who was number 1? CMQFM in Midday. No speaking English, aye. And Big is just going crazy. It's a good thing they made all those changes, though. You know, if they were kicking ass, and now that Ron and Paul being on there 100 hours a day, they'll probably screw it all up. That's what radio people do the best. That's what management does the best. They screw it all up. And look at what great job they've done here. Big, number 1 with a 6-8 in the afternoon. Boy, must have had a lot of wired diaries over there. Radio Amor is number 2, dropping from number 1, dropping from an 8.6 to a 5.8. Power from 8th to 3rd. Power 96 had a big book. Well, that'll make somebody in the building happy. They're running around proud as a peacock. And when they see the QM numbers, they're going to be going, Radio Ritmo, 3.7 to a 4.6. They're up to 4th. Love 94 is 5th. Love 94. CMQFMA, number 6. IOD, 3.1 to a 3.8. That's the Schmidtmeister, right, in the afternoon?
Okay.
3 to 7. And then Waxy from a 2.8 to a 3.8, the LaBastard guy. Oh, brother. From 17th to a tie for 7th. Kicked our ass. The Coast, 3.6. HDR, 3.3. Radio Suave, 3.1. And WQAM in the afternoon, at least we're consistent, from a 3.1 in the fall to a 3.1 in the winter. From tied for 12th to tied for 11th. Oh, we moved up a slot. So LaBastard had a 3.8 and we had a 3.1. Not good. But you can't tell these bastards anything because they're experts. INZ, the Scare America, went from a 3.4 in the fall to a 2.3 in the winter book. They dropped like a rock. They just faded fast. WTPS had a 1.2. Oh, what about in the morning, the Man Cow? We haven't looked at that yet. Because people keep asking, he's going to be a big factor, isn't he? Yeah, he's got an O point something, I'll guarantee you that, if he shows it all. Let's see, WFTL. Well, I tell you, he's consistent. In a fall book, he had a 0.3, and in the winter book, he's got a 0.3. Man Cow, he is really a factor. Not. So where did our audience go? I mean, we had a 3.7. What do they have across the street? A 2.3. So we had a 4-something, 10 to 2. So we kicked them double, their number. But all the other day parts, it looks to me like they just cleaned our clock, so to speak. That's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? And didn't I predict it? Didn't I tell you? We were going down, baby. We're going down. You could smell it. You could feel it. You could taste it. It was, palpable, whatever the hell that means. The stench of cow manure. But now that we got the Dolphins back, right?
Huh?
Yeah, that should really have an impact on that. Here's the poll from yesterday. We did over 1,600 votes during the show. At least we're still holding a little something there. Not, I'm not saying we're kicking ass, but we got a little something. In fact, just for old time's sake, let's play this for the last time.
We're number 1, damn it!
Not. Yeah, because I don't think we'll ever play that again. Not the way things are going in this joint.
That's it.
What's your favorite theme song from a 70s TV sitcom? We asked yesterday, and we had 1,746 votes. It right smack in the middle of a week in May. Wow. By the way, El Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. El Cinco de Mayo. Speaking of our ratings,
I'm going to celebrate by sleeping in.
Your favorite theme song from a 70s TV sitcom? MASH edged out All in the Family. This was a tight battle. 197 for MASH, 191 for All in the Family. Welcome Back Cotter, 151. The Jeffersons, 138. Sanford and Son, 135. W. Crap in Cincinnati, 131. Maybe we ought to change our callers to W. Crap. Good Times, 95. I love that thong. Good Times. George hates it, and that's part of the reason I hate George.
Right.
Barney Miller, 77. Taxi, 65. I got a pounding headache now from reading those numbers.
I don't blame you. I'm kind of nauseous myself.
Happy Day, 64. I remember those. The Mary Tyler Moore Show, 45. The Odd Couple, 41. The Love Boat, 35. You have to say it right. The Love Boat. Beverly Hillbillies 32, The Partridge Family 31, Greatest American Hero had
About 30, man.
Three's Company 27, Chico and the Man 27, The Brady Bunch 26, Different Strokes 25, Maud 24, Green Acres 23, Dukes of Hazzard 22, Laverne and Shirley 21, Soap 17, Get Smart 15, One Day at a Time 15, The Bob Newhart Show 15, Alice had 11, Room 222, too many numbers, Room 222 had 9, that's like the morning show with a 22, 9 for Room 222, Maud had 4, somebody said we have Maud on here twice, and we do. Maud's got 24 on the top and 4 more here. So Maud had 28. Big deal. Facts of Life 3, Benson 3, and Rhoda had only 1. Rhoda, as in rhododendron. Well, isn't that special, huh? That corn sure is special. In fact, I'm ready to puke up. Look at this, the hold button. I just knocked the...
Cancel my bacon order, would you there, Chris? I just discovered a great new diet.
Yeah. Let me hit that hold button.
Yeah.
No, the thing popped off because I'm so animated here after seeing those numbers. I knew they were going to be bad. Now, Clarence was in there this morning saying, "Oh, they might not be so bad. They might." And I said, "Who are you kidding, man? Who are you kidding, you idiot?
You fairy.
Trying to talk himself into it. You can't talk yourself into numbers, Clarence. Either got them or you don't. We had those people by the neck. We had them on the verge of extinction across the street. They were on the way out. And we opened up the door. We said, hey, come on back in, baby. Here it is. Let's just put it right in your hand.
Fatwa Friday, you bastards.
This is the man behind the black curtain, Carl Rose. Now, I don't usually step out of my closet, but I am so outraged about Sheryl Crow touching me. Let this be a warning to all of you out there. No, don't touch me, lady. And you think I'm a bad and tasty gay. Another screaming right-wing fag. Don't care what liberals have to say. Don't touch me, Sheryl said away. Oh, I, Mischief Gannon, I dressed as Midge, his loving wife. I, Mischief Gannon, that kind of guy will catch the rose from roving eyes.
Rectum. 10:31 at 560 WQAM. We used to be great, man. Dare to be great. We used to dare. And now I see Eric has done a fine job. Also with a little editorial comment there on the picture. See, Eric always does a stellar job.
Well, I contributed that, but nevertheless.
I beg your pardon?
He asked me what the caption should be. That was mine.
Oh, that was George's. Brady Quinn scores a touchdown.
Oh, that's his then.
On the right, that's Brady.
That's not what I told him, so he got a better one.
What?
I suggested a different caption. He discovered a funnier one.
Will you stop interrupting? Jesus, no wonder people hate you like poison.
Who does?
Brady Quinn scores a touchdown. Down there, I guess is what it means. And it's got Brady is on the right there in that picture, and he's got these two other young guys there, and they're touching each other's parts. I don't know what that is. I do know what that is, okay? It's gay. That's what it is. But he's got a big smile on his face, which means he's either just funning around or he's having a hell of a good time, or both. I don't know. Maybe he's enjoying it. So I guess Chris didn't go and you didn't go last night at midnight to see Spider-Man 3, huh?
No. I'll go this weekend.
What are you eating now? Is this a celebratory meal?
Bacon. It's a consolation meal.
During this next break,
I'm going to make some more
bacon. I already had mine. I'm going to make some more to celebrate those ratings. What did I tell you? Can't complain about our ratings because we don't have any. They whipped, and every sports, I don't know about night. I didn't even look. After we got to like 3 to 7, I stopped. I told you, don't send any more, and I can't take no more. I don't want to see it. Although I do have the nighttime. Let's see. One page didn't print out. In fact, maybe that's an omen. The nighttime, they had a 2-4 at night across the street. They were 15th. And what did we have? Were we in the top 500 or... where are we? Oh, we love the Panthers. Look at what we had at night in this last in the winter book. From a 2.5 in the fall at night, which we never do well at night anyway because we put a lot of garbage on. But in the winter we had a 0.7. Oh, baby! A 0.7.
What's your point?
My point is I'm throwing up a little in my throat is what I'm doing. Who could have ever believed? WQAM, we used to be great. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing there?
Okay, sir.
All right, real quick, you were talking about the ratings and Big 105.9 and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
I actually called them and I told them that since they extended Paul and Ron's hours, that'll be 2 more hours that I won't be listening to 105.9.
Good.
And you know what? I'd love to get a book so that I could just stick you guys in there for every day. I listen to you all the time. And, well, you know, you enjoy it when you're not around. And to hell with Paul and Ron. I just don't need them.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, the boring, ponderous...
Once you hear the material the first time, that's generally...
Exactly. It's just neurotic repetition, I guess.
Okay, Pally. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And
you're the one.
Here's
one of our friends. We got one left there. Good guy. He loves us. A lot of other people used to love us, but not no more. We used to be great. We used to be loved. We used to feel the love. And now we feel like, ventum, as that one jackass. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Feel the ventum. Did we ever do the poll? I didn't do the poll.
No, I don't know.
We'll get to Spider-Man 3 momentarily.
All right.
Dave Johnson at 11 with that Kentucky Derby stuff. I started to say before, I did a little homework. I read a couple articles and whatever. And then I picked a couple horses that I like. I just like that one name, No Business Like Shobiz. Shobiz. We used to be in show business, remember? We used to be in radio.
No? When?
Yeah, about 9-10 years ago.
Okay, that's what I was
783 thinking. Votes on the poll so far today. We got 1,000 made, Chris. It's good that we at least can get 1,000 votes. That means that all our people vote 4 times then. That's spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is smoking hot, 220. I ain't got nobody, 200. I ain't got nobody. Oh, we're so lonely here at QAM. Used to be hot, but not so much anymore, 146. More like lukewarm now, I guess. Ooh. Used to be hot, but just okay, 98. Well, and of course, I didn't invent this poll. Somebody over there at the University Dodge, one of Kimba's boyfriends probably invented this. And so I slapped that baby on there in the poll, too. Just okay, 98. Well, there's nothing wrong with looking just okay. I wouldn't mind looking just okay as opposed to this.
Okay.
Too fat, 68. Average looking, 26. Well, average looking like George is average looking. You know, not great, not bad, just average. Kind of like nondescript. Ugly as sin, 14, and too skinny, 11. Boy, that's bad. My spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is ugly as sin, 14. Well, maybe they have some other redeeming qualities. You know, like maybe they smell real nice, or maybe they're very considerate and kind and loving, or maybe it's just, you know, they can't do no better. I don't know. That's what it is out of the first 783. Spidey fans pack South Florida theaters after midnight. Spider-Man 3 opened for special midnight previews yesterday. It sold out movie theaters in Coconut Grove, Aventura, Fort Lauderdale, Miami Beach, and dozens of other cities. The Cobb Dolphin Cinema in West Dade started showing the film about every half hour since midnight, and it's continuing to run through Saturday morning when it'll cut back to every hour. Oh, and you know what movie is on? I should turn it on right now, Annapolis. And you know who's in Annapolis? Looking really good.
No, I don't know.
James Franco.
Oh.
He's like a human chameleon. You ever know anybody like that?
Yes.
There are people in show business, depending on how much, I guess, drugs they've been doing in between the last film or whatever, but they look really great one time, and then they look really, I don't know, like not so great the next time. James Franco looking really good in Annapolis, and I think he's running around naked in part of that movie. I've seen it. Speaking of Spider-Man. Now, he's in Spider-Man 3, right?
Yes.
Well, good. Thank God. The much-anticipated movie opens nationwide today, but here's what some sneak peek viewers thought early this morning as they were leaving the Regal Cinema on Lincoln Road, Miami Beach. And, of course, on City Pulse here, they were doing the same thing this morning. They were interviewing people who've seen last night. They did the same thing all over the place. On a 10-point... And why would you want to go at midnight to see? I mean, is it really that exciting? Well, what would be the reason?
I have no life.
Oh. On a 10-point scale, how does Spider-Man 3 rate, and why go to the midnight showing? That was what they asked in the Herald. George Jean, Miami Beach, gave it a 9. The other ones were a 10. This one was just missing something. I worked late. I got out of work and came here and said, Jorge, I guess that's George Jean. Jorge Jean, okay. Whatever it is. J. Del Rio of Miami Beach gives it a 10. It was awesome. Everything about it awesome. I had to catch the first. What does that mean? I had to catch the first. I don't have anything to do with what that means. Stephanie Hernandez, Miami Beach, gave it a 9. I like that there were more villains than before, said Stephanie. Sydney Brass, senior at Miami-Dade Country Day, gave it a 9. Bad Guy, Venom was awesome. I brought my tickets like 3 days ago. Added friend Leah Aronson. She was so excited she cried before the movie started. Oh, whoa! Vladimir Dorsenville, animation student. I'm sorry, that's the administration. Animation student at Miami International University of Art and Design gave it an 8.5. It was slick. The storyline didn't stick exactly to the comic book, but that's okay. I wanted to see what the graphics were like, said Vladimir. They definitely lived up to my expectations. And Jose Bedia, film student at U of M, gave it a 2.5. Ooh. The graphics were like video game quality. It was beyond cheesy. And the script, don't even get me started, Jose said, but I had to come check it out. And he did, and he ain't too happy about it. Well, that goes to show you. There's Rob, what's his name? Marciano there on CNN. Standing there some kind of a long...
Cube.
And I'm sure it's going to get a lot of you people excited. Maybe even Brady Quinn might get excited. That picture raises a lot of questions in my mind. Remember, I was telling you months ago about all the rumors about Brady and he'd been spotted in this place. And I don't, What difference does that make? He still got drafted 22nd. Maybe that's a part of it, Maybe there just isn't a big market for quarterbacks in the NFL anymore. Now that we got, what's his name married off? He is married, by the way, the gum-chewing Jeff Garcia. He's married to that hot babe.
Okay.
How is that possible? Nobody wants fresh breath.
She's a beard.
Maybe he's just a little effeminate. There are plenty of heterosexual guys who are a little on the femmy side. Or maybe he's just
gay.
Who knows? Or maybe she's
a beard.
A dyke. I don't know.
Maybe.
Not going to change my life. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. 20 before 11 at 560 WQAM, where we don't do any promotion. We have. You know who killed us, don't you? Besides Clarence. You know who put the nail in our coffin? Ira Windbag. Ira Windbag destroyed WQAM. Yeah. Took over, except for this one, he took over every show on the station. I still say we ought to change the call letters to WIRA, all Ira, all day. And this is what happens when you put the keys to the kingdom in the hands of a little child like Clarence and say, hey, have a good time, Clarence. Let's put on every loser that ever can. And the fact that they're putting OJ McDuffie on the air again, maybe, who had a point across the street, who belongs on the air like I belong doing open heart surgery at noon today. It just, you just scratch your head and wonder, what are these people thinking? Thinking.
I dare you, bastards.
Sanjaya, you sang. Something to talk about. Brady thought it was too bland. Paula thought the vocals were off. Simon thought it was horrendous. America voted. Sanjaya, you are going home tonight.
Just be nice and say goodbye.
Catch you later, my brother.
All right then, girl. See ya.
Goodbye then.
Ta-ta, dearie.
Yeah, na, bye-bye. That's it. Bye-bye.
All right. Ciao. Adios.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Arrivederci. Dos vidania. 10:46 at 560. Dewey, Tootsiens, etc. All of these things. There's no sense in getting. We knew it was going to be really bad, right?
Yes.
Although I don't know. Well, what is there to say about it? I mean, we knew we were getting no bonus money, right?
Right.
So what's the point? Whether we're like number 5 or number 7 or number 85 or like at least we were tied for 7th. Morning was number 21. Afternoons were tied for 11, and nighttime was number 855. But what do we have at night? 0.7. What did I tell you about hockey in this town? And thank God they're finally getting rid of that stuff. I mean, not that I'm not a big hockey fan, but it's like nothing wrong with halava, but you're not going to sell it in Saudi Arabia. They just don't like it. They don't want it. You can't sell halava at the North Pole. You can't sell halava to Goyim, and you can't sell caca. Ira Windbag, man. What did I tell you about him? And like you always say, what do you know? What do you know?
Right.
No, I don't know anything.
Because that's what they say. They say that to me. They say that about what you say.
That's right. What could we possibly know about the same thing? About what do we know about narrowcasting? About putting Alex Marvez on there every day and all these other non-broadcast people. Let's get OJ McDuffie on and put him on 15 hours a day like Ron and Old Paul and see if we can't break a point. Wow. And wasn't I screaming and yelling a year ago and sending emails to Jolly Joe about Clarence and about this sports nerd? It's just people want to be entertained. That's right. They want a little entertainment. They just don't want to sniff jockstraps all day.
That's where you're wrong.
Even the finest jockstraps.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah, I know. Don't start that routine again, okay? I'm not in the mood for that routine. Yeah. I'm not in the mood for the QAM psychotic. I am looking at that picture again, though, of Brady Quinn and that kid with his hand on that kid's crotch. That puts a smile on and a smile on his face. The other two guys are kind of like, the kid in the middle of that, Brady's got his arm around there, who's pretty ugly, by the way, that kid in the middle. I think Brady could do a lot better than that. But anyway, he looks like terrified, doesn't he? Although he's got his hand in Brady's crotch. What is that?
What do you mean, what is it? Gay. Don't you know?
It's a basket fest. Boy, it must be. Maybe they're practicing for Oktoberfest. I don't know. It's a basket fest. A tisket, a tasket, let me squeeze your basket. I just... Where did that come from? I guess that's what he does in his spare time. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I just wanted to point out yesterday's poll, there was a little mistake on there. It's room 227.
Well, we don't care. We don't really care, okay? Go to hell. That's my comment to you, sir. I'm in a surly mood now, and you know, we don't need nitpickers. Yesterday's poll, you made a mistake. You put Maud on. Yeah, I got an email on MySpace from some jackass to tell me we had Maud on there twice. Oh, excuse us, okay? We made a mistake. Well, obviously, we made a lot of mistakes based on these numbers. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, where did I reach?
What is it?
What number did I reach?
What number did you call, sir? Who are you calling?
I was calling Neil.
Well, that's Neil. What do you mean, what number did you return? What did I say when I answered you? I said, WQAM, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear
Jesus. Well, WQAM, hello.
Oh, hello.
What do you got?
I have a smelly angina.
Yeah, great. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
I guess you'll want us to come in now, huh?
Yeah, come in from the cool. Yeah, yeah, come in
I guess-
from the cool.
I
We're
guess
gonna
you- now
set
you-
we're
now
gonna set
you-
a fire. We're gonna roast all your ass in it. WQAM, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this QAM?
What number did I reach? WQAM, hello.
Well, Neil, your ratings are a direct result of George Rodriguez sucking on the radio.
Yeah, that's right. Like the last 17 years, right? When we had the great books, he got no credit for that. But George Rodriguez sucks. That's why we're number 7. We're proud to be number 7 in the middle of this Titanic experience here at QAM. WQAM, Death Radio, hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether I should congratulate you on your numbers or not.
No.
No? Okay,
No.
This is the deal. Me, an adult male, 30-something, I listen to you from 10 to 2, but other than that, Neil, it's satellite radio.
Yeah.
Satellite radio is like having a constant TV playing. You know, you can go from rock, disco, whatever you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what it's coming down to. Your show's the best. Love you, Neil, and I have one request. Can you play that one that's you're somewhere on Nigel 7? It's like future Neil Rogers.
What is that? What's that called?
Old Neil.
Okay, thank
Old
you very
Neil.
much.
No, get out of here. Old Neil. That was the fake Christopher again on the phone. You're not kidding us. 817 votes on the poll. I mean, we're getting requests from fake people. I'm not talking about this caller, but I'm just saying online. How's Gwen doing with the lunch, by the way? I think she's coming in today, George.
Oh, gee.
817 votes. My spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is smoking hot, 228. All right. I ain't got nobody, 205. Used to be hot, but not so much no mo, 152. Just okay, 103. Looking. Too fat, 71. Average looking, 33. Nothing wrong with being average looking. Many of us would settle for that. Many of us who are way below average. Ugly as sin, 14. And too skinny, 11. Well, fatten them up a little bit. Take them out to eat. Although that can get a little bit expensive. 820 vote on the poll. Dave Johnson's going to be calling. We'll probably do the break a little bit early.
Okay.
I don't want to be in the middle of an 85-minute break. That's another thing. But I don't want to go into all the negatives. We're just basking in the glory of ancient success, You just wonder, will people still talk to you when you're number 45 and number 75 and number 82 in a 35-station market? Will they still even dignify you by their presence? That's the obvious question. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. Just want to let you know your skits are going national. On Millionaire a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
they had a guy on there, and he called. One of your lifelines, you get to call somebody. Well, he called somebody in Miami, and the answer was about 30, man.
Excellent. That's going to do it. Right. That made my day. Did it make your day?
Yeah.
I'm taking that right to the bank. WQAM, hello.
Hey, I went last night, seen Spidey. I give it an 8. I liked it. A lot. The action was real good. The storyline, when it gets sentimental, we were laughing when I guess we were supposed to be crying or something. But other than that, you'll like it because the son of the Goblin, he comes out with his shirt off and some little shorts. So I know you'll like it.
I better go see it right now. I'll see you guys. Okay, thanks. Thanks, pal.
Hey, Neil, one more thing. I'm glad Dolphins didn't pick Brandy Quinn.
Brandy Quinn, I like that. Brandy. He left the N out of his name, Brandy Quinn. Well, maybe they know a little something about Brandy. 820 vote on that poll. We'll make 1,000. I mean, it's all the numbers. Yesterday we were so euphoric with that 1,600 during the show, like just setting the world on fire. And now we're just not setting the world on fire. We're just flaming. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Uncle Neil.
Good morning.
May I ask you a question?
Anything you like.
Thank you. You get tons of downloads or bits or drops or whatever y'all call them. You get the one from the Godzilla thing. Can I ask you where you got that from? Can you point me in the right direction? Oh, that's perfect. I want to get that for a
Google
download.
Godzilla sound effect.
Godzilla sound effect. Just Google it.
Google it. Google Godzilla sound
SFX.
Effect. Or okay,
there he goes. He just hung up. We just
can't even help these people.
Not thanks.
Yeah.
Not thank you. Not thanks a lot, guys.
Well, that makes me feel very South Florida.
Well, he's Googling it right now.
Right.
He's working on it, and the Google too. What a bastardo, man. You see, and you're giving him good information. You should have found out.
I know. I forgot where I was.
He's just a user, man. Just
That's
a
right.
user and an abuser, that guy.
He's a South freaking Floridian.
Selfish, self-indulgent, no good, whatever. Oh, and look at this. A couple more numbers came in. Oh, look at that. WFTL and Man Talk 640. Well, do they have call letters? WMEN. It says you're mixing up two different stations. Okay, well, during the break and after the break and after Dave Johnson, I'll check that all out. Because I'm sure well, in fact, I can check it out right now. We got a minute. Mornings, WMEN. That's Mancow. He's not even on that one that had a .3. Maybe he's WMEN. Let's see. WMEN isn't on that page. It's not on this page. It's not on any page. It's on. It doesn't show. It doesn't make the book. It doesn't. It's not in here. He doesn't exist. How about in middays, 10 to 3, WMEN? Is it on the second page? No. Is it on the third page? No. Is it on the fourth page? TPS is a .8. No. Is it on the last page? So he has a point. Oh! Nice going there, man. Now I don't feel so bad about our being number 7 or whatever the hell we are. How the mighty have fallen, Jolly Joe. You're really doing it.
This is the Neil Rogers Show.
Rock solid.
This is your brain. Any questions?
Oh, yeah, there's some questions.
Rosie O'Donnell is leaving the View. Boy, America's sure gonna miss her propaganda-pushing, big-mouth, blabbering nonsense like this.
You want to know why we go into Iran? For the money. That's why we would do it. I do believe that it defies physics for the World Trade Center Tower 7 to fall the way it fell without explosives being involved. Do you think the government purposely misled the American people to believe that Iraq had something to do with 9/11? Yes, says the crowd. In America, we are fed propaganda, and if you want to know what's happening in the world, go outside of the U.S. media.
It's pretty obvious to anyone that listens that Rosie hates America.
Radical Christianity is just as threatening as radical Islam.
But she loves the people who are trying to kill us.
Iran is a danger. Iraq and Afghanistan never threatened to kill us.
Don't ever disparage anyone who's trying to kill us to Rosie.
You don't think terrorists, you think that robs them of their humanity? That name terrorist makes them not human anymore?
Yep, Rosie loves the terrorists. But apparently she has absolutely no compassion or sensitivity for Asians.
So, you can imagine in China, it's like, ching chong, ching chong, ching chong, Danny DeVito, ching chong, 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 drunk, The View, ching chong.
Rosie's finally leaving The View, and pretty much every rational American is thrilled about it, especially Donald Trump.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie is a loser.
It's 11:01. I didn't know that bat line ring, and I didn't see it. Maybe I wasn't paying any attention, or what?
I didn't see it either.
Because Dave Johnson's always like, you could set the atomic clock by his call at 11 o'clock.
Right.
Maybe he abandoned us, too. Maybe he heard about the numbers.
Oh, that's possible.
I think that could be it. We got, speaking of numbers, 841 votes on the poll. So now it's like our life is on hold for a second. This is very... are you sure that you didn't make this up?
Yeah, I made it up just to set you up. Well, I'm going to call him. How's that?
You're going to call him?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's busy right now. Maybe he's plunging his guts out. Maybe he's doing advanced wagering or something like that. Are you going to call him?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, call him on the bat line. See, and say, hey, Dave, what's going on here, man? Just because you're old like Neely
I'll call him on his cell. Not from the bat line. That's a logistical
what line are you calling him
nightmare.
on? You're sure not calling him on the bat line, because if you were, I'd see it.
Right. No, I'm going to call him from my cell to his, because that's where I have his number programmed.
Oh, and then you're going to have him call. I said, this is a pretty complicated thing. Well, I'll give the poll result, okay? That'll kill enough time for you to stall. That's where the horses hang out, in the stall, and that's what we're doing here at QAM. Let's get our windbag on the phone in the meantime, see if we can't get down there in the ones, too. See if we can get a 2-2. Well, at least we did a 4-something, that's for certain. Right? In men.
He's calling right now.
That's a pretty weak number, by the way, a 4-something for that. That's, as you said, almost unprecedented.
I don't remember
years and years and years.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Jolly Joe, we're kicking ass, baby. And wasn't it Jolly Joe who said, I know you're going to have a gigantic march. If we could just play a couple of fart sounds, I think that would put us over the top. I'm watching line 12. I don't see anything happening.
I do.
Now, just like magic, there he is. I told you, well, Dave's getting a little old like the rest of us. Right, Dave?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great for an old man. How about you?
I'm doing great for an old man.
So how's the weather in Louisville?
I'm in New York.
What the hell are you doing in New York?
Well, I'm finished in Louisville. I came home.
What does that mean?
I'm finished. I did the draw show.
Yeah.
But I'm not. There is no radio broadcast of the Derby, so I'm home. I'll be on the couch like everybody else around the country.
Get out of here! You're not calling it. This has got to be the first time in what, since Regret won in 1915?
I called that race.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe that there's no radio of the Derby this year.
Well, I think there is, but I'm not involved, and I actually think there's some radio, but it's not across the country. Maybe it's a local thing or something.
Oh, a local thing. Well, you wouldn't. A guy like you doesn't mess around with some local kind of thing.
No, I mean, I wasn't asked, so I'm coming home.
Oh man! So you're in New York.
You and Letterman, you're the only people I call for now.
Well, there you go. Hey, listen, we wouldn't forget about you. All of us old guys got to stick together.
Well, I want to find out who you like though, because you've been in the long line of picks. I think you're beating me.
Listen, I got news for you. Between the two of us, we couldn't pick a winner in a 2-horse race. If Chicken Picker was one horse and Secretary was the other one, we still couldn't pick the winner. It's just the way it's been. Well, at least we give people horses to eliminate. I got to tell you, I still don't like this 20-horse field business. I can't stand that.
Well,
it's not a horse race; it's a cavalry charge.
I wish it were 14. I think that would be a much fairer race. But then there are some Derby winners, like for instance Canyonero. What was it? Oh yeah, that was Canyonero. Yeah, the Canyonero. Yeah, he would have gotten in. But there's some long shots that probably wouldn't have gotten in if it wasn't 20. How about Giacomo at 50-1?
Yeah, how about him?
Yeah. I mean, those same people are back with Tiago. That's a pretty good horse. Long shot.
Yeah, now, you're going to pick a long shot? I got news for you. I didn't do a lot of homework this time because in the past years I've wasted a lot of my time reading the racing forum and reading articles and trying to study up, and then we wound up picking our nose. What's the point? So I just basically picked a couple base. Hey, I did a little bit of homework. I picked Nobiz Like Shobiz only because of the name and because it seems to be a pretty good horse.
Yeah, and Barclay Tagg's a good trainer. I think Street Sense is my top choice because, I'm very high on the trainer. Carl Nafsker's a terrific horseman. He won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile on that track, and even though there's a jinx against 2-year-old champions coming back, Carl's the kind of a trainer that could get it done.
Well, I threw him out. I picked Nobiz Like Shobiz to win and hooking him up with Curlin.
Well, Curlin could be a freak. I mean, he might win the Kentucky Derby by the same amount of lengths as Barbaro, and we'd say, well, why were we not there at $12 or $14? You know?
You think he's going to go off at that kind of a price?
I think he'll be second choice. I think he'll be second choice, maybe 5-6-1.
5 or 6 to 1.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Well, you might get. I'm going to use them in some exacta boxes. That's all I'm going to do. Maybe a try box. But Street Sense is my number one choice. But I'm looking at the Oaks today. Have you looked over the field for the Oaks?
No.
Well, let me tell you, there's a hunch play in here. I tried to get tested to be whether I was the father for Anna Nicole's baby. Don't you remember my Christmas card of a couple years ago? Anyway.
I'm not touching that line. Yeah, go ahead.
My dearly beloved Anna Nicole. But listen to the horses in today's Oaks. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If this isn't an exacta box, I've never heard of one. Okay, you got Dreamin' of Anna, Rags to Riches, High Again, Swift Temper, High Heels, and the best of all, Cash Included.
Wow.
I mean, that's got to be a superfecta box for me. In the open.
I'm still just in a state of shock. Okay, getting back to now, who are you picking with Street Sense? Who are you hooking him up with?
Well, I'll go with how about Circular Quay, the Todd Pletcher. Todd's got 5 of the horses out of the 20.
He's a good trainer, yeah.
And I think Circular Quay might be the best of the bunch, so I'll use him. I'll use Nobiz Like Shobiz if he's your top choice.
Yeah, it'll make me feel better. Yeah.
I'll use him, and then maybe Tiago as a long shot to clunk up in there because he can go a mile and a quarter. I know that.
You know, I was telling George in the last hour about when I was in Amsterdam this couple of months ago, and watching those races from England. And those steeplechase races, we talked about this a year or two ago, you and I, the fact that horses are just falling everywhere in those hurdles, and the jockeys are flying, and the horses are falling on top of each other, and at the end of the race they'll say, well, only 2 had to be put down, you know, and it just, what is that? What is that all about? Why don't the animal lovers put a stop to that?
I'm surprised they don't, but you can bet on how many horses will finish.
Really?
Yeah. I think if they start with 25, you can actually bet that, you know, it'll be 5 or 8 or whatever. I don't know. I don't get it.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, there was one hurdle where about 6 horses went down at the same time, and the announcer he was just lollygagging right along like it was nothing unusual, and life goes on. Yeah? I guess for us, not for them.
But I don't think they have many deaths over there by falling. I think we have probably more horses that are put down for broken bones and things here.
Like Barbaro.
Well, he didn't die of a broken bone. He died of laminitis.
Yeah. But that was the after effect of the injury in that race.
Yeah, but putting the weight down on the wrong foot or whatever, something like that.
So you don't really think, I mean, you like Street Sense, but you don't think we have, unless it turns out to be Curlin, a super horse this year. We've been looking one for how many years now?
Well,
100 years?
Yeah, I thought, remember Empire Maker, the year, he was with Funny Side, wasn't he?
Right.
I thought he was the closest thing to a Triple Crown winner before the Derby that I saw, and then he didn't even win the Derby. But Curlin could be the real deal. I mean, Street Sense might show him up.
Could be a freak, Curlin.
He could
like you said, could be a freak. I mean, like Howard Cosell.
He's you had to do it.
I had to get that in there.
Curlin's only been to the track 3 times. The first time he ran so fast that these people bought him. He was trained by Helen Pitts then. Now they gave him to Steve Asmussen. Steve's only had him for 2 races, and he won both races by a mile, like 8 or 9, 10 lengths.
Right.
So Steve doesn't even know how good he is. So he could be any kind of horse. And I guess there's only one horse can win the Triple Crown after tomorrow afternoon.
Excellent observation, as usual. Okay, Dave. Listen, it's great hearing from you, sitting there on your couch.
So who are you going to take? Who's your top choice?
Nobiz Like Shobiz on top with Curlin.
I'll take Street Sense, and then we'll talk about it at the Preakness.
Okay, and I threw Street Sense out.
Okay.
And you cinched that for me.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Dave. Take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Wow. What did he say? He's the father of Anna Nicole's baby?
That's what he said. He's a contender.
Oh. Wow. Somebody picked me up off the floor. 864 votes on our poll, by the way, about, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you're this one, you're that one. How about more than one of the above?
A rat.
So basically, see, I didn't want to, the thing with thoroughbred racing to me is it's just so disappointing the last several years. I just can't get all that excited about it. But I don't want to, pour cold water on that. So how do you like the fact that Dave isn't doing the broadcast on radio this year?
Whatever.
See, that's what happens when you get to be old and gray, and they just discard you like a used dish rag.
Beware of exploding balls.
It's the certifiably insane John McKay, singing his way into the hearts of voters across the country.
Bum, 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 Baran. Bum, 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 Baran. Anyway, I think Iran is a great threat. The Iranians are continuing their efforts to acquire a nuclear weapon. Anyway, bum, 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 Iran. Iran.
After a restful vacation in the Middle East paradise of Iraq, he packed a bag, Dad, and his Jeeps to embark on a Beach Boy straitjacket tour.
Wouldn't it be nice to have mutually assured destruction so everyone can have bombs fall on their head? As your overlord, I will have no compunction to thank you for your vote by making you dead.
It's not nice to poke fun at the mentally handicapped, so let the old man wear out the war hero welcome mat.
My brain sunk down to my cheeks, where I stored nuts and many other things. There's plenty of room for my wallet, car keys, and even a wristwatch. Ain't I a crazy a-hole?
McCain's message is clear if you listen carefully to the voices inside his cheeks.
God only knows when we're getting Armageddon. They're my cigarettes. My cigarettes. They're my cigarettes. They're my cigarettes. They're making sound like cigarettes. Can't keep much to make it sound like my mouth. My cigarettes. I'm making sounds with my mouth. I'm making sounds with my mouth. They're my cigarettes. They're my cigarettes.
11:18 at 560 WQAM. Well, Dave sounded good anyway, sitting there on the sofa in New York. He always sounds the same, you know. He doesn't age. Oh, I guess your voice doesn't age, does it?
Sure it does.
Well, you could just sound like this, like an old cocker like that from the condo. Maybe someday I'll sound like that. Just sitting around talking to myself. Anyway, this fax just really cracks me up. I think you're mixing up two different stations. Mancow's not on WFTL. He's on Man Talk WMEN, the old WJNA. See, those of you who are like, who pretend to yourselves, like Steve Lapper, you pretend that these marginal Palm Beach, Broward, whatever these low-power stations are, that nobody even knows where they are in a dial or what the call letters are. They're both owned and operated by the James Crystal Radio Group, in addition to Yada 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 and all these other stations that nobody ever heard of. And then it's got the lineups here for the two stations. How do they do up against you? I'll tell you, the same way they do against everybody else. WMEN has got a point against everybody, not just against me. They don't show up anywhere. Men Talk 640, they don't show up. Mancow, Dennis Miller, Romy, Lycus, all these people, they got a point. They don't show up in this book. And WFTL, like I said, Dr. Laura and Bill O'Reilly, the Radio Factor, they got a .3 from 10 to 3, so... Evidently, the James Crystal Radio Group continues floundering and staggering and all of these things. Well, I tell you, let's go back, now that we got the time, okay? I had to rush that a little bit there in the first hour. I want to go back and really analyze these numbers.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You do WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm sorry, I called a minute ago about the Godzilla.
Yeah, okay, good. We don't want to talk to you again, okay? Get lost. You called a minute ago about the Godzilla sound. It was boring then, and I'm not going to talk to you again, okay? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with these people? Nobody wants to hear about your Godzilla sound effect. Get a life, Pally. Get out of here.
I have no life.
Take a hike. WQAM, hello.
Neil, how you doing this morning?
Okay,
buddy?
sir.
Hey, what do you think of this QAM bowling team they got going?
Bowling?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, seriously?
Bowling with O.
No, they're bowling. Yeah, they're bowling. At Don Carter's Lanes in Tamarack. It's the QAM guys.
Yeah.
You're not going to be bowling, are you?
Well, what does that mean? What are you talking about? You're like a bowling team?
Yeah, they have a bowling league, actually.
So what about it? So what's wrong with that? I used to bowl in 3 leagues, as a matter of fact, in Kalamazoo 100 years ago. Well, who cares whether they're bowling off the air, okay? Maybe we got to start bowling on the air. Certainly could improve in some of these day parts. Not that I want to start playing amateur program director, because as you all point out all the time, what could I know about this?
Right.
What do I know? And I'm sure they're well aware of that. I know nothing. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, if I had a horse running in the Kentucky Derby, and I named it Nappy-Headed Horse, how would the networks handle that?
Nappy-Headed Horse. I like that. That's not too bad.
Great.
Nappy-Headed Horse.
That was a funny line.
Yeah, Don Imus could call a race because Dave Johnson's at home. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you play the bridge tender?
No.
I'll give you a kiss.
No.
On the mouth?
No chance.
On the butt?
No chance. Yeah, I know where you're going next. I have to think about that. Send a picture. Okay, how we got to do... If we could play 1 or 2 fart sounds every now and then, just a little one, we might still have like a 5, you know. That wouldn't be great. But, I mean, tied for 7th, what kind of a number is that on a prestigious show like this? And these people are, like, sitting around on their thumb, you know, they got their, we got the billing way up there, we got all these spots on, and we're going to make them some money. Yeah, you're going to make a lot of money with these kind of numbers, let me tell you that right now. 878 votes. And if Norma Kent thinks that I'm going to kiss Jolly Joe's ass after looking at numbers like this because he's in the middle of intensive contract renewal negotiations, I might have to rethink that whole deal anyway when you come right down to it. I mean, what do we want to do? Stick around long enough that we can work it down to like like MEN, you know, like Mancow. Point. WQAM, hello.
Listen, we can come in for about the 1 to 2 hours.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today?
Okay.
Great. Anyway, I was thinking, you know more about radio than anybody else except for one other person, Rick Shaw.
Who's that? Who is it?
Yeah, only you and Ricky Ticky know more about radio than anybody else that's in the business today.
And?
Well, Ricky's about ready to retire, and you're still on.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the perspicacious observation, my squeaky-voiced friend, with that very bad phony voice. Ricky Ticky's got 1 week to go, boy. Congratulations, Rick. Rick Shaw, there's a guy. Got to give a tip of the cap to. I don't wear a cap, but tip his cap. Tippy Canoe and Tyler, too, whatever that means. Remember Tippy Canoe, William Henry Harrison?
No.
He's the guy that couldn't get out of the cold. He died.
What I heard.
Yeah, he's still dead. WQAM, hello.
On that bowling league, who's going to shine your ball?
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
Very controversial ratings today.
Oh, controversial, yeah. WQAM, hello.
Golly! Hey, Neil.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You were talking about the Kentucky Derby. I heard that yesterday, actually, I heard that Michael Jackson's going there. I heard there's going to be a couple of 3-year-olds over there. So.
The Queen's there, too, by the way. Queen's there. She's not the only one, I'm sure. Yeah, don't touch the Queen. That was the big thing they're doing on there. There are 5 people who have touched the Queen, and 5 Americans, I guess, who have made the mistake because they don't know the etiquette. And you're not supposed to touch the Queen. You don't shake her hand. You don't pat her on the back or on the boobie or... I have no idea what...
Her and Karl Rove could really have a good time.
It's silly, just like the Brits, okay? It fits in perfectly. It's silly, and that's what the Brits are. They're silly, silly people. You don't have to go to London to see the Brit or anywhere in England. Just go to Amsterdam any weekend, and you'll see a bunch of really silly people getting very drunk, acting really silly and really loud and really stupid. And those are the Brits. They'll give you the schmitz. The Queen is in, where the hell? She was in Virginia. She was in Jamestown. She was saying, it would be so wonderful if we could just colonize you poor people again. Yeah, we've never been the same since we cut the cord with you. And at least in America, we spell color, C-O-L-O-R, without the U. Favor, color, all with the U. Canada still hasn't cut that umbilical cord. Labor, L-A-B-O-U-R. It's very laborious.
Mm-hmm.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, I just wanted to say George is gay.
Well, great. We're really delighted to hear you say it. WQAM, hello.
Could you play the bridge tender?
WQAM, hello.
Room 227, not 222. I was trying to tell you that earlier. But
it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's room 227. It's room 222, and you're still a jackass. WQAM, hello.
Doesn't the thought of a Mormon president scare the living crap out of you?
Why is that? Magic underwear, baby. Magic underwear for everybody for free.
That's scarier than a fundamentalist president?
Yeah, that's right. Scarier than some fundamentalist goy that we got now. Some Farbissen fundamentalist. Yeah. Doesn't the thought of a Mormon president scare you? Yeah. He's got about as much chance of winning as I do. 887. He's got about as much chance as a man cow in that number on WNAM.
Friday, you bastard.
Goodbye, Katie Carlisle. To tell the truth, it's been a while. You had a pretty good run. I'm not surprised to see you die like this at the tender age of 96. Oh, that's one less game show panelist. Professional contestant. Next for the old actor Deathpool, I put my money down on Charles Lane, who's still alive at 108. You did a Marx Brothers film, the rest was game show swill, with such distinguished game show colleagues as Soupy Sales, Bennett Cerf, Tom Poston, and Orson Bean. Arlene France is John Daly, but Talia and Bess Meyer, son. Resting in the memory hole of long-forgotten names. A feather boa adorns your grave.
11:32 at 560 WQAM. Mad Dog at 2 this afternoon. And what can I say? Let's go back and look at those numbers again. Maybe they'll be different this time, George. Maybe I'll make some up. Look at that. We had a 42 share. All right.
Yeah.
Monday through Sunday, the entire week, men 25 to 54, that coveted demographic. Now, let's see. IOD's got a 3-3. Waxy's they went from a 2-1 to a 2-8. And this is the winter book. This is January, February, and March. This is post-Dolphin. And QAM went from number 11, which is pretty embarrassing as it was back in the fall, 3.3, to tied for number 18, 2.5. Tied with Dolphin. Oh, there it is. MIB. That's the station, isn't it? See, this idiot that gave me this man talk, isn't that? No, that's not. MIB is on FM. That's, what am I talking about? That's a music, Men in Black. We're tied with them. We're number 18 overall during the week. Number 18 in men, 25-54. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that is for a sports talk station? And what did I tell you about sports talk? The format is dead. It's dead. But nevertheless, we know nothing, and they keep plodding on. You know what people want when they turn on the radio? They want to be amused. They want to be entertained. They want something. Yeah. They don't just want to hear the same old windbags. And I'm not just talking about our windbag. We've got plenty of other windbags. But our windbag in particular, they don't want to hear the same guy talking about over and over and over until you got coming out of your ears and out of your rectum. That's right. Every orifice in your body. But I know nothing. All I'm doing is just thinking out loud. That's all I'm doing. I'm not like trying to give anybody any suggestions. That's all I'm doing. Thinking out loud. And I have a habit of doing that, opening up a big mouth. IOD ain't doing no great chase. And I will say this, though. If you put those two numbers together, Waxy 2.8 and QM 2.5, you got a 5.3. That wouldn't be a bad number. But pretty much what you've done is divided in two, and because this station doesn't do any promotion or any involvement, and our idea of what the way to combat is to take anybody who failed over there and put them, let's grab them right up and put them on the air like OJ McDuffie. The fact that they've got him there, I mean, that morning show, believe me, doesn't need any help in failing. Do you know what I'm saying by that? Do you follow the bouncing balls? They don't need any more nails in their coffin. And the fact that they took him and put him on there to talk whatever it is he be talking, I don't understand what he's even saying. And to me, it's mind-blowing. Now, whose idea do you think that was? Do you think that could have been Clarence? Do you think that could have been him? What? And the brain trust? You know what I'm talking about. You're hearing me.
I'm tuning you out.
You're hearing every word I'm saying, mister, and you're weeping. You're sitting there weeping.
Yeah, I am,
crying in your
actually.
soup.
Whatever.
And I don't blame you. We all ought to be.
Maybe you can do without the bonus.
I can squeeze by without the bonus, okay, mister? I can squeeze by. Now, if we have another couple of books like this, then I'll croak, and then if you're in my will, then maybe you'll have enough money to cover a few bonuses. In fact, that's what you better hope. You better start talking real nice now and hope I stick your ass in my will for a couple $100,000. Because otherwise, if you think bonus money is going to keep you going for a while,
I ain't going to see that no more.
You better dream another dream, man. You better think another thought.
Don't worry.
898 in the pool. We'll go over 1,000 today, and we don't really care. Talk about depressing. I mean, everybody has bad books or bad months or whatever, but it's just, you could smell it, you could feel it, like those people on the Titanic. They could tell that water was coming up over their head, They could hear all the screaming and the carrying on around them. And they knew something was happening, and it wasn't something good. My spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is smoking hot, 252. I ain't got nobody, 223. Used to be hot, not so much anymore, 165. Not so hot. Ugh. Just okay, 108. Too fat, 77. Average looking, 45. Like I said, nothing wrong with being average looking. Most people would give their left nut, even women, to be average looking. 46. Ugly as sin, 15. And too skinny, 13. Well, see that? Too fat, 79. Too skinny, solamente 13. Only 13. 904 there, by the way. Chris, aren't you excited? No.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Let's have a wake today. Let's light some Yortzeit candles. Let's wave our hands over the candles. Baruch atah, say a prayer that maybe we might make a little comeback. Of course, we got cursed with that really brutal January. Once that month went down, we were done for this book. I told you that, didn't I?
Yes.
I mean, it was like, none of our people got diaries, or they just all turned on us like cornered rats, or whatever the deal was. And, of course, satellite radio's got nothing to do with this for the other mavens out there who would, now with satellite radio, because it's a share of the people who are listening. The numbers that we're giving you, that's a share of people who are listening. So it has nothing to do with satellite radio one way or the other. WQAM, hello.
Josh Darrow should be fired.
Right, amen. Let's get Josh Darrow fired.
Oh!
How do you like that? That was probably from across the street. In fact, maybe let's send him over there. That seems to be the routine now. It's like a revolving door. Out of QAM, into the ticket. Out of the ticket, into QAM. Back and forth. Just run across the street. Oh, there's the Queen with a really nasty look on her face. Oh, and that's because Vice President Cheney is welcoming the Queen. And she looks like, he's a real Farbisson. That's what she's thinking. You can tell what old people are thinking because they have all these wrinkles and stuff. I don't have a lot of wrinkles. Although I think after today that might change. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I must be stupid, but I'm on your website. I can't figure out how to vote from there. Is there a place you go to vote?
Do you see the poll?
Yeah.
And you can't vote?
No.
Why not?
Because nothing pops up.
Yeah, just keep working on it. Something will pop up. Just keep looking at Brady Quinn with his hands on those guys' crotches. Something will pop up. Brandy Quinn. 904 Houston Toast. Wow.
And if people are going to keep calling and bad-mouthing George, let me tell you, George is probably the third best broadcaster on that station right this minute, okay? So everybody just lay off George. No, we're not sports intensive.
I'll tell you one thing. He's no Ira Windbag, I'll tell you that.
Well, and he's no Alex Marvez either, but, we can only hope and strive to improve, right?
Yeah, we hope that those guys die, right?
Yeah, but honest to God, these little wannabe muscle boys, they're not even muscle boys, they're fat and out of shape, and they want to be jocks, and I'm sick of the whole damn thing. You know what?
Yeah.
So, honest to God, let them keep hanging around the Hurricane locker room, sniffing the jock straps all they want. And then when your ratings keep going out, by the way, I was going to ask you, are the ratings based on the whole thing, or what are the ratings?
HOLE, yeah, on the whole thing.
Since you got 24 minutes of commercials every hour, do the ratings go down during the commercials, or what?
Not on this show, we don't. Maybe that's why we still have a little bit of audience left. We don't run 85 minutes an hour. But listen, have a great life. There's a guy. Now, he must work across the street. There's no question about that. And that's basically what it boils down to, is our people call their people, and their people call our people. And it's like a bunch of little kids in the playground. And isn't that what kids do? They play games in the playground? That's what it's all about. Give me the ball, give me the ball. Give me wait a minute, give me a game.
All right.
Sorry about that. 923 votes on the poll. I'll tell you one thing, no matter how bad I look, if I turned around and looked in the mirror, I'd probably look extra surly and extra bad right now. Extra bad. So bad that I knocked the thing down off onto the audition line. Isn't that bad?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good day.
Since 2004, those emails have been separated from an RNC policy, which is to automatically delete every 30 days deleted emails. So we screwed up.
Oh, I'm an email, an old deleted email. You can delete me all you want, but you gonna fail. You gonna be relieved when you no longer see me on your drive. But I'm still alive until an override. I made a grade but won't die. Regretfully, I got to say that you can't throw me away. All the data is saved of what you type and you say, I'm an email.
You can't erase emails. They've gone through too many servers. They can't say they've been lost. That's like saying the dog ate my homework. It doesn't work that way. They just don't want to produce it.
No, there ain't none of the White House power abusers that knows how to use a newfangled computer. They can't trade any paper or try to place the blame on a key punch operator. I just don't go away. You can fail, but you'll fail. I always leave a trail. I'm an email. Oh, I'm an email, an RNC email. You can try to dump me, but I'll still tattletale. It looks like you violated the Hatch Act. Hey, how about that? Another 18-minute guy. Yeah, history repeats with more Republican hijinks. When you dump 5 million emails, something stinks. But you can't make them go away. Once you send me around, I can always be found on an email.
13 till noon. I'm going to play this again because it'll make you feel better.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah.
And, I want to hasten to add that we definitely are not. But we're number 7, tied for 7. Almost number 7. We're like number 7.5. I predicted this. I've been screaming about it for a year and a half, and Jolly Joe is... Yeah. Jolly Joe, who doesn't even know that I'm on Tuesday and Thursday only in the summertime. But I'm not going to rip him because Norma Kent says, oh, don't get him all whipped up now. Well, yeah, right. Whatever, I can take it, I can leave it. You know what I'm saying? I'll survive one way or the other. I'm not going to miss any meals. No sugar, by the way, Chris, yesterday. That's 2 days in a row. Aren't you proud of me? No.
Very good.
You're jealous.
I didn't either.
Although now it's the depression thing.
No.
What?
You got to get a different attitude. See, starve yourself out of depression.
I got to get a different attitude?
Yeah, starve yourself out of depression instead of eating, for comfort.
Do you think I'm depressed about these numbers? I mean, first of all, we knew we weren't going to get the bonus anyway. So whether you're 4th, 5th, 7th, 100, and again, at least compared to what we're surrounded with on there, I mean, the nighttime, 0.7, which is in the wintertime, of course, mostly the Panthers. We love the Panthers. We just don't pay any attention. We don't want to know about them, and we certainly won't listen to the game on the radio. On the radio. Oh. A gay couple is asking for an investigation after they claim they heard threatening comments announced over the intercom system at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The couple of 6 years said they were in the baggage claim area of Terminal 3 at 1 o'clock in the morning Tuesday when the announcement was made. My partner said, did you hear that? And I said, I kind of think I did, said Anthony Needwicki. Then about 2 minutes later, we heard it again. A man who lies with a man as if he were lying with a woman shall be subject to death. It was almost so threatening I was frightened, said Wayman Hudson, Needwicki's partner. The passage is found in the Bible according to the New International Version, Leviticus 20:13, and says, if a man lies with a man as one lies with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They must be put to death. Just like those disobedient children, stone them to death. Kill everybody. All right. I understand that's a Bible verse, but there should be no reason why a Bible verse should be coming over the PA system of a public entity, Needwicki says. Needwicki says he filed a report with the security manager at the airport, and in an email he advised the Broward County commissioners of the situation. Airport officials said there are numerous paging systems throughout the terminals that are reserved for employee use only. They said at that time of the morning anyone could have gotten their hands on the system. That time of the morning, 1 in the morning, you can get your hands on it. So far, we don't think we can identify the location, but that's what we're trying to do, said Airport Representative Steve Bellamy. The couple said that someone should be held accountable, someone who's younger or just coming out, or even someone who's coming to our city for the first time. If that's the first impression they get, it's really sad, Hudson said. A man who lies with a man like Brandy Quinn, or even has got his hand in some guy's crotch like that. The hell is that? Maybe he's just feeling a little crotchety, or feeling a little crotch. Sure's had a big smile on his face, I'll tell you that, the mighty Quinn. Okay, now let's get back and spend a couple hours on these numbers.
Wow.
Well, I just gave them a lick in the schmear, as the saying goes.
Oh, yeah, that's more than they deserve, but...
6 to 10 a.m. Now, let's see WIOD, how they're doing. What do they have on in the morning? Are they actually doing new? Look at that. Joe Rose beat him, Waxy. If it was me, I'd just write him a check for $1 million. Say September 1, come on over, and no matter what they offer you, just tell Joel Feinberg to take a big dump. Isn't that what you would say?
Sure, why not?
Offer him $10 million. Don't give it to him, but just offer it to him. Waxy 3-0 in the morning. They're, that's actually not a bad number during the present. I think what's his name did better than that. See, that's the thing that's really bizarre about this. Looking at all these numbers, it's just you're taking about a 5 or 6 share and you're slicing it in half, and they get a little bit more and we get a little bit less, and that's it. IOD at 2.5 to a 2.6 in the morning. I guess they're doing news and Dave Lamont's farting or something like that. See, if we could play the fart sounds, that's another thing. Like I said, you want to be entertaining, but when you can't play anything and you can't say anything and you can't do anything and you can't make those, all you can do is make sounds with your mouth. Like that.
Hey, now.
QAM, now this is a death knell, it looks like to me. I think the square table and who's gay and who's not gay, all those other nifty segments they put in there. Who programmed that show? Whose idea were all those ideas? Toast. The aptly named one, Toast. He is. In the fall book in the morning, they had a horrible number, 2-4, tied for 14th, but now they've reached a number that even they can't believe, I'm sure, a 2.2 share. That's 21st. How many stations are listed on here? 34. Being 21st out of 34 is not exactly what I call hot. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, what are you saying?
Not so hot.
I see.
And winds, WINZ in the morning, Scare America had a 1.5. They dropped precipitously from a 2.6 down to a 1.5. Wow. Wowie, wow. So Joe Rosa 3.0 and the Kenny and Bo morning show 2.2. And Annihilation and Abortion. I think if we can just get OJ McDuffie on there all by himself every day, we can get that thing down to a 0.2 in no time. Maybe the next book. Then Midday, we're number 7, tied for it, or at least 10-3. See, that's the one thing. Now, you're saying, well, maybe we did a 4. We cracked a 4 between 10 and 2.
Sure.
Let me tell you that right now, okay? We cracked it.
All right.
We're the crack show. Crack is whack. 6-2 in the fall book. That was 10-3. See, we can't get the hourly breakdowns till next week. But we did wind up being number 1 in the fall book. I'm sure of that. I'm positive. Didn't we, Chris? Yes. What do you know?
Exactly.
And now to a 3.7, which means between 10 and 2, we got maybe a 4.1, 4.2 share. That's pretty weak for this show. But you know something? Take the morning, take the 2.2, yeah. And then we got a 3.1 in the afternoon. You put those numbers, and then we got a 4 something. Wow. We're awesome. And what do they got across the street in Midday? This is the only day part where we just kicked their ass. That's Sid the Kid, you know, Sid Rosenstein, Kranz Schwartz, and left over a reject from the Ima show, that nappy-headed schmo. He had a 2.0 in the fall. He's got a 2.3 now. He went from 20th to a tie for 17th. Not exactly something I'd be writing home about, okay, Sid the Kid? Especially when the rest of your people had a number. And I will say this, and you'll be shocked when I tell you this.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't say it on the air because it's somebody's going to be saying, oh, gee, Neil is giving them, boosting them. I'm not boosting them at all because I wish, I wish that their tower would fall. 790 my ass. I used to work on WNWS for 100 years. That was 790. That was talk radio, baby, for old people. Old people. Not just a bunch. But I guess, I don't know because I don't hear them. But I was told by a close mutual personal friend of ours, I don't want to mention the professor or anything like that, that he used to be a huge Hank Goldberg fan, and that now he's listening over there in the afternoon. I don't want to mention LeBastard because that would be bad. But anyway, in the afternoon, Waxy had a 3.8. Now, there's a respectable number. Not great, not sensational in men for a sports station, but that's a respectable number. From a 2.8 up to a 3.8, from 17th to tied for 7th. 3.8. And Mad Dog and the Humper between 3 and 7 went from a 3.1 to a 3.1, flat. They're not moving anywhere. From tied for 12th to tied for 11th. So 3.8 to a 3.1, they kick our ass there. And at night, like I said, they got a 2.5. We got a 0.7. Thank God. They can have the Panthers, okay? In fact, let's have Jelly go over there and start recreating some Panther games now. In the middle of the day would be good. Then we might make a little bit of progress. And how many markets can you think of, maybe L.A., that are more transient than South Florida?
No, that's it.
Not too many. And as a result of that, promotion is desperately needed. Desperately needed. Because you have all these people coming in, and if people aren't already listening, they haven't got a clue that we're on. And not just this show, the whole station. QAM, what's that? Do we have a billboard?
No.
I'm putting up a billboard, big one. And you know what's going to say? Help! Help! That's what it's going to say. Help! Old Neil says, help! Throw us a life back, okay? Throw us a rope.
Help me!
Yeah, that's what we need. Right, Little Richard, baby. Somebody help me, please. Somebody help us, please. Between my knees. 952 votes. I'm getting out here, damn. I'm moving to Amsterdam. I'm getting out. What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
My spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is 952 votes. Oh, that's right. I can't move to Amsterdam yet until we get the Dolphin tickets. Smoking Hot 269. I ain't got nobody 238. It sounds so sad. Although I ain't got nobody. I ain't got no boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse. Not anybody whose name I know anyway. Used to be hot, but not so much anymore. 170. Just okay. 112. How's Brandy Quinn doing? Too fat, 81. Average looking, 52. Average is fine. Ugly as sin, 17. And too skinny, only 13.
This is Brady Quinn. Whenever I shave my balls, I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
A long, long time ago, it was 1900, and Jesse Helms was just a lad of 9. And no one knew what was in store. Just ended the Spanish-American War. So they partied like it was 1899. There were events that made you shiver, but there were times we did deliver a promise that was kept. With that famous one small step, I can't remember each event or everything that man did invent. A century we will present, and this is how it went. My, how the time it did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye. It all happened in the blink of an eye. 100 years have gone by. It all started when two guys were right, when they put an airplane into flight. And the start of radio. Sigmund Freud had his mom to thank, and quantum theory and Max Planck and the Titanic. That story we all know. Well, World War I, it soon began with shooting Archduke Francis Ferdinand. Millions died from the flu. Plastic, it was brand new. And then Russia had its revolution. Panama connected both of the oceans. Monopolies we won't see again. 100 years gone by. Oi! And we were singing, my, how the time it did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye. It all happened in the blink of an eye. 100 years have gone by. Albert had his relativity. They mass-produced the new Model T. And Lindbergh landed near Paris. Then some moldy bread gave penicillin. Wall Street and the Great Depression, and women would vote like you and me. And Germany's chancellor was sworn in, and World War II would soon begin. Made Europe sovereign land. The Project Manhattan, evolution trial in Tennessee. We caught a first look at TV. Then the day that lives in infamy. 100 years gone by. I'm dying over here. And we were singing, my, how the time it did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye. It all happened in the blink of an eye. 100 years have gone by. Winston, they will soon be winning, starting with the D-Day invasion. But at what an appalling cost. In Russia, no one did defrost. In Germany, they finally lost. Discovered the horrors of the Holocaust. Fat man, little boy, Enola Gay changed the whole world on that very day. NATO had just begun, and China ruled by Mao Zedong. The first player in baseball that was black. Israel got their homeland back. Massachusetts elected Jack. 100 years gone by, and we were singing, my, how the time it did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye. It all happened in the blink of an eye. 100 years have gone by. Separate but equal made such a fuss. Rosa too tired went on the bus. Polio cured with a vaccine. Then Russia scared us big time with Sputnik. Our troops into Korea quick discovered the double helix scheme. Oh, JFK left us way too soon, but promised to get us all to the moon. Yuri is first in space. Yeah, the pill we did embrace. And the Friendship 7 climbed into the night. Cuba's missiles gave us quite a fright. Southeast Asia is our new fight. 100 years gone by, and we were singing, my, how the years they did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye. It all happened in the blink of an eye. 100 years have gone by. Neil's giant step was the big news. Roe vs. Wade gave women right to choose. Nixon resigns about Watergate. Got the troops out of Vietnam. Had hostages taken by Iran. And a virus made us too scared to go date. A test tube babies held aloft. Some guy named Bill started Microsoft. Chernobyl explosion. The Berlin Wall gets broken. The USSR says goodbye. Some students in China, they did try. 7 died in the Florida sky. 100 years gone by. And they were singing, my, how the time it did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye. It all happened in the blink of an eye. 100 years have gone by. We were singing, my, how the time it did fly. Since it started, some departed, many tears we did cry. For the century, it's time that we say goodbye, 'cause 100 years have gone by.
Oh, hey, Maine. Okay, it's 12:09. I made some bacon while I was playing. That's why I played that.
See.
What's wrong with that?
I didn't know if you were just in the bathroom puking your guts out.
Why, over one bad book? Let me ask you something. How many thousand years have I been on the air?
100,000 years.
100,000 years, and so we got a bad book. Am I going to like a child? Oh, jeez, we were tied for number 7, and man, who cares?
Well, good.
Well, and what's the fallout in the building? What's going on there? Are there people jumping out the window? What's happening there?
Well, I don't see what's happening in the hallways, as you know.
Well, why not?
We're locked in our little room.
Didn't Clarence come in there and say, "Oh, Neil was right, we suck"? You're an idiot, Clarence. You should be fired right now. Right in the middle of your lunch, they should come in and say, "Hey, Clarence, have a nice weekend, and by the way, you're fired." Oh, and speaking of you know who's probably really laughing up his sleeve now? That's right. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you can be damn sure he's listening today. We miss you badly, Mo. Not. If we had a .0000001, we still wouldn't miss you. Troublemaking turd. I like the alliteration of that. Troublemaking turd. Doesn't that sound good? This bacon, man. Extra crispy. There ain't nothing in the world. Well, I won't say there ain't nothing. But there are few things better than crispy bacon. Am I right?
You are right. Not too crispy. Just, in that sweet spot in between where it's got a little bit of chewiness, a little bit of crispiness.
Yeah, that sweet spot. So guess who I just got an email from during the break?
I don't know.
Remember Christopher, your phony buddy?
Oh, yeah. My buddy, right, yeah.
Because I've been using that email, and it's just amusing, He said, "I'm an emotional cripple. I am very entertaining, and he enjoys the show, but I'm an emotional cripple who doesn't understand that there are people who want to play games with me, and he's not one of them." And yeah, he's not one. Right. That's why his profile was deleted, and that's why we got hacked, and that's why he's and he's Chris, and he's Ethan, and he's... Yeah, right. Not very entertaining, though. I'm glad to hear that. Because that's what the public wants. They want to be entertained. They don't want to hear some loser sports ass from the newspaper being on the air 400 hours a day like Ira Winbag. I can remember last year writing emails to Jolly Joe, screaming, just wailing about the stuff, and it's just, in one ear and out the other, in run rear.
What do you know?
That's right. What the hell do I know? Nothing. I know what days I don't work during the summer. I know which days I do work, and I know which days I don't work. Those are the ones I like the best. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was damn white of Joe to say, oh, yeah, well, George will continue working those days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No tapes.
How about that?
Although I'm sure he'd much rather put on a tape.
I'm sure he would, too.
Especially since since I can play so many different bits now and say so many things and make so many funny noises, like that.
With your mouth.
Making noises with my mouth. Maybe that would be a new format for the show. Making noises with my mouth. Not bad. I wonder what Joyce would say about that. 978 votes on the poll. You notice how I'm not leaning on that, Chris?
Yes, I notice.
There's the Queen marking the 400th anniversary of Jamestown. She's got a bunch of flowers. She's always schlepping a bunch of flowers. There's Dick Cheney there laughing and yucking it up, saying, boy, I thought I had a good scam. And she's got that she's got a new purse now. She's got a new black purse. I wonder how the British public could afford that. Looks like she's wearing a nightgown on it. Do you see that?
No, I'm not
Crazy
on that.
old bag. Crazy old bitch. The Queen. Well, the Queen, the Royal Her Majesty. And you think that, you think you've got problems? WQAM, hello. QAM.
Oh, body.
What is it?
Just looking at a nice girl walk by here. I'm sorry, I got distracted there.
Probably.
Kucinich has the locations of the Republican emails. They're in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's going to be breaking in the news any day now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't believe me.
I believe you. I just don't care. WQAM, hello.
Again with the ratings. Shut up.
Oh, I haven't finished reading them, by the way. Let's get back to those. Very surly crowd today, man. Very surly and squirrely. Not happy campers. It's the 4th of May. Tomorrow's El Cinco de Mayo. Oh, today's the anniversary of Kent State, by the way. I was going to, dig out that thing. What's that thing called, Ohio? Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Oh, okay. Huh? Yeah. What about it?
I was going to dig that out. I didn't do it, though. And don't you do it, either.
All right, I won't.
It's too much like
on
work.
My way to it, yeah.
These people don't care about Kent State. They don't care about anything. When's the early bird dinner, Neil? When's the early bird? And yeah, I can go to the early bird now. I can probably get a senior discount. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. Hola. Not there. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Neil?
Yeah.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Very, very good. Listen, I was just watching through the Sid Rosenberg show, and he mentioned that that he had a lot more listeners than you did.
Wrong. Wrong.
He's listening to the radio now.
A lot more, and he stressed a lot, Neil. Just wanted to let you know.
Well, let me say it again. Wrong. Yeah, he's got a 2-3 share over there, okay? He stressed this. The thing of it is, their station did well for them and kicked our ass in all the sports segments. But for him to go on the air, this guy's just talking crap. He had a lot more listeners. Actually, their cum was higher. And you know what? Much higher. Their cum was much higher. Our cum went way. Our cum went in the toilet. But their average quarter hour was, they had 5,300, we had 8,400. You know something? Neither one is anything to write home about. That's been 2554 average quarter hour. Nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you keep going on here and lying, and of course, who else cares about cum? His length of listenership was sad. In other words, they listened for a couple minutes here and 5 minutes over there. Oh, gee, we don't want to hear any more of that New York sound, and then they ran away. WQAM, hello.
That's Miss Dr. Rice, dude, dummy.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday you were talking about smokers and people who smoked a lot. What about
I was talking about smokers yesterday?
Yeah, you were talking about people on TV who smoked a lot. Or like
who used to, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Rod Serling, what about him? And Edward R. Murrow. These guys, that's all you ever saw him doing was smoking.
Right. Dead.
But
they're all
Neil.
dead.
Yeah, there's also what about, a couple weeks ago you were talking. I haven't had a chance to call you. You were talking about the movie Willard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I do the break, by the way, Chris?
Oh, don't do the break yet.
Chris,
Anyway.
did I do the break?
No.
I didn't do the break yet?
No.
It's 12:17 for crying out loud. Get out of here.
Friday, you bastard.
Sports. Sports. Joey Hatherton. Sports. Smooth college athlete.
Sports. Joey Hatherton?
Harrington.
No, I say Hatherton.
Joey Hatherton?
You say Harrington.
Yeah, sports. Joey Hatherton.
Yeah.
Sports.
And that's the situation we have.
Oh, but what does that have to do with the Brandy Quinn situation?
Who?
12:23 at 560 WQAM. So one of our regular poll faxers has a pretty interesting one, but the selections on here, many of them are really bad. Who did Mo to destroy QM's ratings? Then he's got George and Chris. Oh, what is that? Why is it that you instill so much hatred in the audience out there? They feel compelled to take these gratuitous shots.
Oh, for fun.
Yeah, right. No, they hate you.
Right.
Who did Mo to destroy WQM's ratings? I kind of like that. Kenny and Bo did Mo. Clarence, Joe Bell, or I will win bag. And don't forget Alex Marvez. I already... And how could he leave off Joyce?
Right.
Right? Okay, well, that's one to put in the hopper there to think about. 996 votes. We're on the verge of 1,000, and Chris isn't even batting an eyelash about that. I'm going to go over those ratings again here in a minute, and maybe they'll change this time. We sucked. We sucked wind, man. Big time. Bad. Really bad. Very bad. Betty bad. 996. Although, you know something? It's interesting. This is the only show on both stations that cracked a 4-share in men.
Yeah.
And this is the only non-sports show. I just mentioned that in passing.
Coincidence?
Oh, yeah, it's only a coincidence. Real men, all they want to hear about is ball games and jockstraps. That's all they want to hear about. Non-stop. My spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is smoking hot, 286. Well, good for you. Maybe we'd like to watch. I ain't got nobody, 247. Used to be hot, but not so hot no more, 180. Used to be hot, now maybe like lukewarm. Maybe on certain days, like on alternate Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Just okay, 115. Well, maybe just okay is, not so bad. You get the job done with just okay, right?
Yeah.
Too fat, 84. Average looking, 53. Ugly as sin, 17. That's bad. Ugly as sin. And too skinny, 14. Of course, you kind of wonder about those people who are saying that their partner is ugly as sin. What do they look like, Maybe they're also ugly as sin. Maybe they know Dan Ugla. Well, we're getting rid of the Marlins. That should be a real boost. See, that's another thing that kills us, too, that you're not taking into account.
What?
And that's not going to be good for the spring book either, April, May, and June. That's not going to help either. All those Marlin games, as much as we like to get out of here early, like next Thursday, we got out of here 11:30 in the morning. Do you know what's going to happen to those numbers from 11:30 to 2? Oh, man. WQAM, hello.
Could you just do us all a favor and bring back Tiger Radio, Charlie Murdoch, and Roby Young, and all the rest of them? Do-do-do, golden dancer on the
He's got his own board going there, the whole deal.
That's great.
I think that was Ricky Ticky.
Let's put him on.
WQAM, hello. Always the deep breath. Always the deep breath. Kind of a telltale giveaway, especially the bad breath part of it. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, moving on.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing, sir?
Okay, sir.
I mean no disrespect by this, and I mean it. I'm a
Go
big
right ahead.
fan.
Lay it on us, man. We can handle it.
I got a question.
Kick us while we're down. Go ahead.
You're always hating on the sports guy, the sports nut. You're on a sports station, Neil, and the problem with it is you're the only non-sports program, and you guys just act like there's a problem with sports. I mean, you should be on a different station. It's like trying to do a Playboy programming on the Nickelodeon network, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sid Rosenbag.
Sid Rosenbag. Yeah, it's in the bag, Sid. Very sad. They're all sitting across the street there. Stu Gotts is the pivot man. They're all sitting across, rubbing their hind legs together. Oh, look at this. We beat him. You know, something. And who cares? Who cares, okay? It's all just a bunch of falderall. It's just a bunch of nonsense. 26 past noon. Of course, we've been saying we're on the wrong station for 9 years, but you know what? We'll continue taking the money. And, of course, in your case, that ain't saying much.
I'm making sounds with my mouth. 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 I'm making a sound with my mouth. I'm making sound. I'm making with my mouth. I'm making a sound with my mouth. With my mouth. I'm making a sound with my mouth. I want to plant azaleas.
12:32. You know, I think we could play that all day, 24/7, and get bigger numbers than we did in this last book. I could be wrong about that. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. I mean, why should we have to work?
Yeah, we could know. I mean, we could load them up in there in the DCS. Somebody's got to do it. We got 1,006 votes, Chris, on that poll, baby. Now we're talking. Now we're really cooking, aren't we? Are we back?
No. We're cooking with gas.
The former legendary Neil Rogers show on QAM. A new report on ABC News, The Blotter, provides new details into the mysterious Washington, D.C. escort ring and the district's madam, who alleges that her service only provided women for non-sexual trysts. According to the report, many of the most in-demand women were in their 50s. Oh, no, saggy. There was never an age limit. I hired women well into their 50s, Deborah Palfrey, the so-called D.C. madam, told ABC News. They were some of the most popular women on the staff. Well, I guess they were experienced and saggy. Palfrey told the network that her escort service generally offered only part-time jobs to women in need of work. The service ran for 13 years. And in a civilized country, which leaves America out, nobody would have paid any attention, and they'd left everybody alone, had a good time. I made sure they either worked or went to school in the daytime, Palfrey said. Women took around 3 shifts weekly, she said. Everybody had to get up at 6 and 7 the next morning to go to work, she remarked. Palfrey recruited women by placing ads featuring her telephone number in local alternative newspapers and campus publications, including University of Maryland School newspaper, according to ABC. Here's an important fax that you just sent, I'm sure. It says, Sid is being very complimentary of you, calling you the best in South Florida and a genius, but that you now rehash your bits and are mailing it in nowadays from Canada and are winding down your career. So Sid, the loudmouth New Yorker, is now in your head. Oh, yeah, I think about you so much, Sid. Not. You're obnoxious on Imus, and I'm sure you're obnoxious on the radio, although I don't hear you. He's in my head. I guess he's feeling pretty good about things. It says, the radio wars are on like the good old days. Writes the same guy that wrote the thing earlier. Huh? This is from the same person that wrote the thing about WMEN and WOFF and Women and all that crap.
Radio
and how do they do against you? So this is another one of these people. He's listening over there and then he's listening over here and sending me a fax to try to, put fuel on the fire. The radio wars are on. See, I hate to break the news to you, but he's not our competition. Rush is our competition. Scare America is our competition. We don't compete. We're not interested in sports shows, okay? We don't do a sports show. So not only is he not in my head, he's not in my anywhere, okay? He's not in my armpit. He's not sitting on my lap, God forbid. He ain't nowhere. Just like in the numbers with a 2-3 share, and he can have all the cume he wants, which he inherits from Joe. He can have all the cume he wants. I'll tell you one thing. I'd sure like to inherit. What's Joe's cume there in the morning?
I don't know. They took the numbers away from me, so.
I got it right here. Look at that. Whoa, 54,800. Holy moly, man, that's a serious number. Now, his time spent listening is weak, only 2 hours, 45 minutes, but nevertheless, 54,800. That is one huge cum over there, so, you know, Sid the Kid gets a little slop over there. That's why he's got 30, whatever he's got. I wouldn't be writing no memoirs, okay, Sid? I mean, that's just my suggestion to you. But he's in my head, and the radio wars are on. Oh, Jesus. What, are you people that ever...
I have no life.
Of course, anybody that would take time to send me a fax with a lineup from 2 stations that nobody listens to, that's obviously somebody with a rich, full life, as Mr. Ego would say. WQAM, hello.
Hello, all dang.
Yeah. Boring. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
George No Geek, right?
What is it?
George No Geek, right?
567-0560. See, you're stepping on him. I can't understand whatever the hell he's saying with that thing over that sock over his mouth. He's got a sock in his mouth. Sock. WQAM, hello.
Why don't you do a poll on the Kentucky Derby over there? Then you can find out who's the respondent ones.
567-0560. Our poll on the air today is what's wrong with QAM? That's the poll question. We sure ought to have 50 million calls on that, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
What's happening to QAM? Who done it? Who did Mo? That's the poll. And we don't need any calls from across the street, okay? You people have a big party over there, have a ratings party, high five and low five, and brandy quinn each other on the crotch and whatever you're doing. Have a wonderful time. Because when I was down there last time, a couple of weeks ago, I seen billboards, you know. They're doing like billboards and they're doing promotion and stuff like that. And they got Barry Jackass on the payroll and they have an incestuous relationship. What do we got? You know what we got? Rhymes with God. Squat.
All right.
Squat. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Bubba.
Yeah.
Can I hear FECK and Tijuana, please?
WQAM, hello.
Neil, when you were talking about saggy...
About saggy, yeah.
Yeah, saggy women. You know, they have plastic surgery, every one of them.
Yeah.
So now, they're not
know?
fake, because I used that service.
Did you?
Yes, I did, and they were wonderful. Those older women were the greatest. They were experienced, they were talented, they were knowledgeable, they knew how to treat a man like a man.
Oh, I see. Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. 1,011 votes on the poll. Talk about a guy with a real livid and vivid imagination, huh? He used that service, and they know how to treat a man like a man. I know how to treat a man like a man. Believe me.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. What are you making guttural sounds for?
Oh,
56705. That Brandy Quinn, I could put another smile on her puss. That picture is just, I don't know. Would you say the word is revealing?
Scary. It's telling. How's that?
Telling a story.
Yeah.
Telling me something. WQAM, hello.
Neil, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
One quick point, and maybe something you can add on your poll. I mean, let's play Joe Bell. If the sport, if there's so much problem with the sport, I mean, what direction you propose they go? What can they add? I mean, have you listened to other radio stations? I mean, it's worse a slop than what's on this station. And for your poll, I mean, have you thought about maybe there's too many spots on this station? I mean, did you listen today? I mean, they had Eric Reed on, and they were like, okay, Mr. Reed, you have something to talk about? And he's like, no, I don't have the spot today. And they're like, oh, okay. So,
oh, jeez, what a break that was for the audience, right?
So, and I'm out of material. I'm go.
Okay. No, he makes an excellent point, and I've heard a lot of that. But then again, see, that's the deal now. We just want to have a lot of spots. We don't have any ratings. We don't care about that thing. All we want to do is sell a lot of spots. So it's a good thing it's in my contract that we can only run 16 minutes an hour, because otherwise they'd be running like 45 minutes an hour. Oh, you want to buy Neil Rogers for $5? Oh, let's get, it's like a contest. And remember, once upon a time when we had all those 10s and 15s, we still have some of those on there. I think we got the one that says, hey, get some Heat tickets, Get your Heat playoff tickets right over here. 10-18 on the poll. You know something? We're doing okay. It's not like we're doing spectacular. You can feel it, you can kind of smell it, and you can taste it, too, if you stick your tongue out.
It's Fatwa Friday, you bastards.
The federal government just learned about those people today.
Under withering criticism from both parties, Brown offered no apology and mostly blamed others for the debacle that cost hundreds of lives.
Mike Brown, there's no one left to blame. I said, Brownie, you're the government shame. I said, Brownie, your career's up in flame. There's no one I know better make him shut up before he says it was you who messed up. You can defend him, but I'm sure you will find many think that he should do time. He's way too dumb to run the FEMA. Some people died when he ran FEMA.
I'm dying over here.
Now that everyone knows that your leadership blows, you can go back to your horse shows.
Today, both Republicans and Democrats criticize the fact that Brown is still on the federal payroll. That may be because as long as he remains an administration official, his testimony must be cleared by the White House.
His testicles have to be cleared by the White House. 12:45 at 560 WQAM. Our poll on the air today. We got one poll going on the internet, so of course on our website. On our website where Brandy Quinn is brandishing his thing. I just want to look at that one more time. And maybe I just am not looking at it right, you know?
What do you mean? Well, look at it left.
Well, I don't know. Oh, geez.
Look at it upside down.
And you notice that the other two guys, they're like purposely putting their hands like on the thigh of the. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the kid in the middle there, he's got his hand on Brandy's thigh there, not actually on his goods. But he's got it. Well, you know what I'm saying. Right smack dab in the middle. Wasn't there a song like that? Right smack dab in the middle?
Something like that. I can go look.
Oh, yeah. Let's start a radio war. Let's get Neil talking about us. And yeah, right. Good luck to you, okay? Old and tired. That's what you guys are over there. You think I'm old and tired. Old and stale and tired. And Stu Gotts is probably sitting there all sending the faxes over, you know, crap like that. Boring. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
I wonder if Clarence is still booking guests for Stu Gotts. Yes?
Good afternoon to you, sir.
And back to you.
What's new in the world of schmucks?
What do you got?
That's it, baby.
Hopefully a mirror, okay? Go see one. WQAM, hello.
Tired.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, how come you guys never talk about public transportation in South Florida?
Oh, keep listening, pal. Stay tuned. In the year 2525, we're going to have a whole week of shows on that. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Wilbur.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
I'm a little perplexed. There's all these military planes flying around Fort Lauderdale. You know what's going on?
All these what?
Military planes flying over on the beach there.
Yeah, the end of the world is coming. I'd go have a good time if I was you. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes?
Homo.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how we doing, bud?
Okay.
Good. I got an idea. I heard about all the ratings and all that jazz. I think everything started going downhill.
Talk into that phone there, sir. I can't hear you when you're, like,
I'm
speaking
sorry.
off.
When Josh left the show and Portland.
Yeah, that was it, when Josh left the show, right. Which has a lot to do with the morning show and the afternoon show and the nighttime .7. When Josh left the show, right, your boyfriend. We'll hook you up.
To something.
WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil. It's Suds. Tell George I can't make it in.
WQAM, hello.
Lualdang.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes.
Do you think that George has anything to do?
Oh, God. Give it a rest already. Give it a long, long rest. Oh, my God. Over and over and over and on and on and on and endlessly. Bop, 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 beep, and passing it back and forth on the phone, too. That's another thing that Jolly Joe's been really tremendous in that whole deal, too. I've just forgotten about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You just throw in the towel, you just give up. I mean, you can't complain about the assistance we've had from corporate and from management on this show, because there hasn't been any. None. Zero. Zippity-doo-dah. WQAM, hello.
Greg Reed, please.
Yeah. Now, you know something? He's starting to smell a little bit better now in retrospect. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, that bad haircut?
Saw him this morning in the tea room.
Did you really? In the tea room? And what was he brandishing?
Well, I didn't take an inventory. But,
probably a good idea.
We were standing side by side.
Probably a very good idea. Don't
not
look.
Facing
WQAM, hello.
You seem to have a good time when you have good ratings, but then when
but we have a bad time when we have bad ratings. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I just wanted to tell you I bathed myself with a turkey baster.
WQAM, hello.
You lost your audience.
including you. We can only pray. QAM, hello.
Pray for me. I need help.
Amen. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Instead of 15 hours of draft coverage, they should have done 15 hours of bilingualism in South Florida. Would have gotten a bigger number.
Had a lot of lady callers that way. We have had no lady callers. When's the last lady caller we had on the show? What year was that?
I don't even remember that far back.
Wow. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Just want to let you know that there is one normal, sane person out here for you, Neil.
Boy, that was psychic on my part. I can't believe it. I couldn't do that again. You're the first lady that's called about 700 weeks.
I just wanted to say hi, just because all these people are really strange on here. They're acting like children. So I just want to say there's a normal person out here.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. How do you like that? Now, how do you explain a psychic power like that, huh?
That was amazing.
The legendary old Queen still got it, baby. I can still smell it. Man.
And if I hadn't already seen the line ringing, I wouldn't have believed it.
What do you mean by that?
The line was ringing when you said that, so she was already calling.
Right. But all the other lines were ringing, too, so I just punched that one up.
Exactly.
Knowing in my brain, in my mind, I was making sounds in my head. Psychic sounds. Like Nancy Reagan. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. That was Joe Bell. QAM.
Neil, this is Sheriff Shack. You're under arrest.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, it's the end of days. It's all like Hiroshima all over again with all these planes.
It must be the scare show. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Steve Nickel, please.
Hey, I got news for you. When we get that desperate. He had a nose for programming, I'll tell you that. Now, whatever happened to him? He got canned in Jacksonville or something like that?
Last I heard, he was in Oregon.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Some AM station over there.
Are you sure? Wow, he sure moves around a lot. I bet you don't even unpack his sack. Speaking of unpacking your sack, remember Jasmine Kay had that big crib?
Yes.
I'll never forget that.
It was a trunk for what
He
it's
had a
worth.
big trunk that he put in the studio, and I think he used to keep his wife in there in his spare time, you know. We didn't want to use and abuse her.
Vicky.
Man. Kind of a strange guy. See ya! See ya!
She had a unicorn tattoo on her boob.
Did she? WQAM, hello.
Probably still does.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rearrest. Who doing this? You get them all, but those are going to be behind you.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, I'm
Yes.
a very proud Englishman, and Her Majesty the Queen...
Her Majesty the Queen is a constipated old bitch. WQAM, hello.
Let's go, Sabres!
Oh, that game is tonight, by the way. Or is it tomorrow night? Tonight. I'm sure George is going to be watching. Let's get some hockey talk going. That ought to do it. 0.7 at night. A 0.7, man. On this station, a 0.7 is like, it's like the world has ended. It's like Armageddon on the radio. A number from hell. We love the Panthers. Nobody cares. WQAM, hello.
Using your touchstone key.
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
there's only 3 shows I listen to on the radio.
Yes.
Yourself,
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Miller on 940,
Yes.
and Mike Malloy on 940. How did 940 do from 9 to midnight?
From 9 to midnight? There's no
Yeah.
such thing as 9 to midnight. I can tell you how they did from 7 to midnight.
Okay.
2.1. They would drop from a 5.6 in the fall to a 2.1. The talk stuff all dropped into no man's land. This was not a talk book.
So what should QAM do? Should they put on some sort of more of an entertainment show in the morning instead of what they're trying to do now?
What a concept, huh? An entertainment show. You mean with a square table and a round table and who's gay and who's not?
I don't know, like Suds and Josh or something.
How about Bob and Tom?
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, thank you. We just solved the problem. Not that I'm trying to get these guys, because I think their days are numbered anyway in like minimal digits. But what do I know? It's very sad. It's the worst thing. I don't want to say that. You say it.
What?
That morning show. I'm not saying which morning
Say
show.
what?
It was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Actually, I'm thinking back to the show with Ron Hersey. The morning wrecking crew.
Oh, yeah.
That was, Here's the poll results so far. We got 1,036 votes. I mean, it's just, why don't we just do transmitter maintenance during those hours? Or maybe we could move the big O up. What do you say, huh? He's really...
rock solid.
Certainly couldn't do worse than a tutu. I mean, a tutu in men on a sports station, on a legendary sports station, on a legendary station, period. Oh, I bet you Rick Shaw is like crying in his cap. You're doing the right thing, Rick. Make no mistake about it. 50 years, go enjoy the spoils of all your labor. Have a wonderful life. 1037, my spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend is smoking hot, 297. Or smoking something. Smoking hot. I ain't got nobody, 258. Used to be hot, but not so hot no more, 187. Just okay, 119. Too fat, 88. Too fat. Average looking, 56. Well, that should be our thing. QAM, average looking, 56.
All right.
I wish we had average numbers. Ugly as sin, 17, and too skinny, 15 out of 1,037. I think that 1,600 plus votes during the show yesterday means we are back over the top. Don't you? Lie about it.
This is Arnold. This is not a tumor. It's the 1 to 2 hour.
There was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was his name.
Children love sing-along songs.
Bingo was his name. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. I like big butts and a big lie. You went from the kitchen high. When a girl walks in with any big waist and her own thing in your face, you get sprung. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
Time Life Video presents Cedarmont Kids Sing-Along Songs. Over 60 of your favorite sing-along songs on 3 fun-loving videos or DVDs.
Let's all get drunk tonight. I hope I don't fight with a punk tonight. Like a virgin. Touch for the very first time.
This is an exclusive TV offer, so call now for this priceless collection.
This old man came rolling. Why don't we get drunk and screw?
101 at 560 WQAM. It's our big 1 to 2 hour on the formerly legendary Neil Rogers Show. Boy, it's really something when all of a sudden you wake up one day and you realize no legendary no mo, you know? Former legendary.
Wow.
Which isn't all that bad, you know. That's what's going to happen to Rick Shaw after he hangs it up. He's going to wake up one morning and realize he's no longer the legendary Rick Shaw. He's just an old man, you know, just like me. I mean old. 567, we're doing a little survey here on what's wrong with QAM after a disastrous winter rating book. Disaster. Not just weak. Disaster. 2s and 3s. Middays we just barely cracked a 4, I guess, right? 10 to 2?
Right.
WQAM, hello.
Bill.
Yes, sir.
Maricón. Ay, Papa Juan Pablo.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Your books don't show the fact that you've got a lot of listeners on the Internet, and I listen to you every day on the Internet. As a matter of fact, I'm on I-4 in Tampa right now listening to you on my laptop.
I'll be damned.
So, and I listen to you at least a couple hours every day, so.
Well, thank God for you, sir.
Okay, take care, buddy.
Say hi to all them yahoos over there.
Sorry?
I said have a great weekend.
Okay, you too.
Okay.
Bye.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Let's get these phones blazing, baby. Let's get them cooking. Cooking with gas. We got 1,045 votes, and I bet we got some gas, too. After that bacon, it wouldn't surprise me if I roused some up.
Really? If you roused some?
Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, Neil, just, I've only heard bits and pieces of you talking about the ratings being down or whatever. And
yes.
Kenny and Bo in the morning are brutal. I mean, I'm sure people have mentioned this.
It is the worst show I've ever heard in my life.
No, but you know what's funny, Neil, is that now,
that show ain't funny.
Pretty much, 10 to 2, I listen to you, and after 2, I wait till I won't tell you. One of the guys across
Go ahead,
the street,
tell me. We can handle it.
Lebitard. I like Lebitard.
Lebastard, yeah. Even some of my close best friends in the universe have bailed out on us, and at 2 o'clock they go to Lebastard. He's not even on at 2 o'clock. What time's he on? I don't know.
He's on 3 to 7, I think.
Whatever he's on.
Or 4 to 7.
Yeah.
But I hate the other guy, Sid Rosen, whatever the hell.
Krantz, yeah.
Yeah, Rosencrantz.
He's just trying to start a thing with me because he's got no Imus show to run back to now because there ain't no more Imus show because Imus got canned with his nappy-headed hose. So Sid the Kid thinks he's going to be, a big shot in South Florida. They aren't interested in obnoxious New Yorkers. We got enough of them already, Sid. Go ahead, sir.
Idiots, completely obnoxious New Yorker. Anyways, in the morning show over there.
Joe Rose.
Yeah, look, I never liked Joe Rose, and now him being alone is way too much Joe Rose. But ironically enough, when I first started listening to QAM, the first team was pretty good, and I think that the best.
Yeah, man, Greg Reed dropped that egg on the floor and broke it into a million pieces, and they kept taping it back together again, and Greg kept picking it up and slamming it against the wall and slamming his fist through the wall, and that was the deal. And now we got this guy. Now we got Jolly Joe with his big fat ass. Oh my God. You can't complain about our management. You know how the rest of that goes. 10:47 on the poll. We're going to get to 1100 or what? Let's go for 11 today. What do you say, Chris? Just for kicks.
Okay.
Just for laughs. I mean, after yesterday's titanic performance with 1,600 plus votes on a poll we started 6 weeks ago, that was pretty impressive. I'd have much rather had like a 7 or 8 share in the book today, but nevertheless, we'll take the 1,600 votes yesterday. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what was that guy was just talking about the first thing. What was the numbers that they were getting way back when?
3s and 4s, I guess. Maybe 5 in men. Yeah. No, 3s and 4s, I guess.
I was one of those that used to listen pretty much every morning, and I kind of miss them. Any chance I'm putting them back together with Defo?
First of all, we wouldn't put Defo back on here if he paid us, okay? There's no chance of Defo coming back.
But
and Geldy's on his way over across the street with those Panther games.
I'll tell you, the three of them together had good chemistry. They sounded good. Individually, I don't think they do so well, except,
And the interesting part of it is, back in those days, the station was kicking ass. Everybody was doing great.
No doubt about it. And that's when you came on board and you were kicking ass right after them.
That
and
is correct.
I'm sure they had a bunch of, they had your effect on them, I guess, as well. Anyway, Neil, that's all I had.
Just remember, man, mess with success. That's the motto on radio, mess with success. They broke it, and I've been predicting this for a long time. They broke it into little teeny tiny pieces, and now they've got the LePage's glue and the crazy glue and all that other, and they're trying to tape it back together again. Can't do it, can they?
Nope.
All the king's hosses and all the king's asses and all the king's men couldn't put Brady's thing back together again. Poor Brandy Quinn. Well, it's good that he's got a big smile on his puss after being drafted 22nd by the Browns, but we can see now why. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hello.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
Good. Got to get Steve Kane back in Afternoon Drive.
Yeah, that'll do it, yeah.
Steve Kane and Yovin. You remember the Yovin?
Okay. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't hear the ratings for the Ninny and Boob morning show. What were they?
2-2.
2-2. All right.
2-2.
And Big Head Joe across the street beat them?
3.
All right, man. Okay, that's all I listen to is Joe and you. That's it. And then
well, thank God for you, man. Just tell Joe, come back home where he belongs. That's all. Everybody send a message. Come home where you belong, Joe. We need you bad. We want you back. Let's play that by the Jackson 5. We want you back. Isn't that the name of it, or am I wrong?
I want you back.
Well, whatever.
Right
I want your back. Oh, and by the way, they're waiting St. Louis car, the news conference. Josh Hancock, he was drunk when he crashed a car and got killed, and he also had the Marijuini in the car.
How about that?
Crash on Sunday in St. Louis. That picture, you know all about Josh Hancock. He's dead now. Who? He was driving drunk. Oh, yeah, we want you back for Joe Rose, the little dog. In fact, Joe and Mo, I can smell that show now, can't you?
I want to give you an update.
Yeah, okay. Say it again.
I want to give you an update.
Yeah.
Who wants to give us an update?
Oh.
He wants to tell us that. See, the level is so low, I can't really tell if I actually hit that or not. I think
you hit it.
I think I hit it.
In the pocket, baby.
I hit the pocket, baby. All right. Ricky Ticky's proud of me, this old queen. That old Neil man, not only does he do a hell of a talk show making sounds with his mouth, but he can talk them up with the best of them. Okay, that's enough. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with your show.
No, I'm not interested in what's wrong with my show, okay? There ain't nothing wrong with my show except morons like you that pick up the phone and diddle with it.
Neil.
Neil. Idiots, morons, overgrown little children like you, overgrown little punks who ought to be in school right now, in reform school. Who ought to be in shackles tied to OJ's ass. That's OJ McDuffie, by the way. Well, if they put him back on the air, I'm going to do something rash. I'm going to break out in hives. WQAM, hello.
Got to get the Bird and Dickie V back.
No. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Is Leviter still with the ticket?
The bastard, yeah.
Yeah. The reason I asked is I was going up 95 and I see a billboard with Rose and Leviter, the bastard.
Yeah.
And there's some birds.
Yeah. Oh, please help me. Please throw me a rope. How stupid do you have to be to see that's part of the billboard? How dumb do you have to be?
Incredibly, monumentally
You have to be
dumb.
so stupid, man. I'm putting up my own billboards
Too
all
dumb
the
to
time.
deserve to be driving.
I'm putting up my own big billboards, and I'm going to say, help, help, please, somebody help me. Like Little Richard.
Help me!
That's
Somebody help me!
You heard me typing.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Neil?
Speaking.
Was it Neil?
Let me say it again. Speaking.
Wow, you sound even better over the phone.
Yeah.
You have a great voice. I've been listening to you since I was 16 and I'm 44, so you've been around a long time. So
Oh, God.
it doesn't matter what anybody says. Because I play horn, and when I was 16, I used to hear you on WKAT because it has swing and all that. I've heard you all the way from then to now, and you still have the same quality, the voice, man. The voice, your
Same
voice
old
will get
queen,
you
yeah.
everywhere.
Same old queen. Okay, thanks, sweetheart. Go blow your trumpet. 5670560. How are we doing on the poll? We're going to make our 1100 or not? I don't know. 1052 we got. We need 48 more votes in 50 minutes. Oh, yeah.
10:53.
Easy. I beg your pardon?
10:53.
What did I just say?
52.
Oh, well, no, we don't need to start counting now for 1100, okay? I mean, you got a little bit carried away with yourself yesterday, okay, because we got 16 in spite of your negatory projections.
Yeah, that was it.
1550, Neil. 1550. Don't go overboard. 1550. And the old queen showed you a thing or two yesterday, and believe me, that's all I'm going to show you.
Friday, you bastard.
Get ready for the sorriest CD you've ever heard. Dan Rather's Sorry Duets.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Not only does Dan sing a sorry duet with Brenda Lee, he sounds even sorrier with Chicago.
It's hard to be the same.
I'm sorry.
Plus, Dan Rather's Sorry Duets features this sorry sing-along with Ruben Studdard.
It's like I missed a shot. It's like I dropped the ball.
I'm sorry.
Order now. And if you're not completely satisfied, Dan Rather will personally say,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This next fax you just faxed me, which is obviously an inside job.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. I think this is from Fat Boy's boyfriend, is what it looks like to me, based on that header on there, the date.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Uncle Nelson, it says, as you described Howard Stern many times, a shadow of what he once was, unfortunately now applies to you. Right. I'm no Howard fan, I'm a Neil fan. However, lately it just feels like you're always counting the days till your next vacation. Oh, let's see, how many? Or 2 p.m. or until the Marlin game comes on. And wasting as much airtime as you can, reading and counting down polls, which you obviously know. How many years I've been reading the bedtime stories? About 100 now? I've been doing the polls for about 80 years, which you obviously no one really cares about, including you. Oh, yeah, we don't care about the poll. Right. You were the greatest because we could always... Here comes the good part, okay? You were the greatest because we could always count on you to say whatever you felt like saying. You know the true boundaries better than anybody does. I miss the real Neil, the one with the big balls and the ventum. Please bring back the real Neil. I miss him badly. Also, the FCC hasn't outlawed fart sounds that I know of, question mark, exclamation point. Stop being a wussy. Please find the real Uncle Neil and put him back on the air. P.S. I understand if you won't read this on the air out loud. Oh, so obvious, so fake, so inside, yeah. So inside. Bring back the one with the big balls. I got news for you. The kind of money they're paying me, if Joyce wants to be a butch bitch and we can't play the fart sounds, you know what? I'll live without him. I'll live without him. And I'll live without playing 70% of the comedy bits we can't play anymore either. Because, like I said, they're going to get whatever within the parameters of what they'll allow, which ain't much. That's what they're going to get. I come in every day. I don't need to make any apologies to anybody. I come in here every day. Two things. A, prepared, and B, ready to do the best show I possibly can on that given day. And even little George knows that.
Yep.
I don't come in here trying to fake my way through, slide my way through, do these fake shows like Mr. Ego used to do. Oh, let's have a hate call seminar, as he would be driving in at the last second from his baseball card shows.
We do the best we can, but that ain't much anymore.
I beg your pardon?
We do the best we can, but that ain't much anymore.
Well, that's right, within the parameters of what they let us do. And when you work for people and they pay your pay and they tell you what you can say and what you can do, that's just the way it is, okay? Stop being such a wussy, okay? Oh, brother, how sad, Dave Friedman. 1,063 votes on the poll. We'll make that 1,100, but I better not read the result because then I'll just be killing time. 5670560. Typical South Florida, baby. Typical, no matter what. If I was on the air for 100 years. 100 years. And I will grant you, ass-kissing is very boring. That's why I don't like it. Oh, you're so wonderful. That's boring. But, I mean, all the negatory stuff like that has an impact on me. In fact, you know something? I might go out and have some ice cream today. Chris?
No, you won't.
How do you know?
Because then I win, and I'm in your will.
You win what?
I win, I'm in the will.
The chance of your fat ass being in my will on a scale of infinity minus infinity is non-existent. None.
I thought that's what the bet was.
None. How many cents will I leave you in my will?
About 30, man.
In fact, I'll tell you what. I'll put it in an envelope and I'll send it to George and he can pass it on to you, but he probably won't get it.
Probably not.
He probably won't get it. George can use that 30 cents.
Yeah,
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Neil Rogers, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Neil.
Yeah.
The fart jokes. You can't play them on the air, right?
Fart sounds. That's correct.
Okay. Down here in South Florida, I know you're up in Canada, but down here in South Florida, they have Bennett Auto Supply commercials that come on TV all the time.
Yeah.
And in the commercial, the orangutan is sitting on the hood of the car, and he cuts a big, juicy one.
Sir,
right on the
there
air.
are all kinds of spots. We have spots running here where there's like dolls farting and all kinds of stuff. There's kids shows where there's farting. Well, I'm not going to waste my energy going through this again. You don't have to convince me. Call up Joyce over there in Naples. Convince that bitch, okay? Convince Jolly Joe Bell. Oh, gee, the farting sounds, and Joyce this, and this one that, and... When somebody, for example, if somebody wanted to make you a race car driver and they tied your hands behind your back and they put a blindfold on you and said, hey, go out there and win the race, baby. Let's see you do it. You know, you do the best you can and hope that you survive the whole ordeal. And that's all you can do. And these people are in total denial. Oh, well, if you would just have Chris screen the calls, if you would. They know nothing. I'm going to say it again. They know nothing about talk radio. It's less than nothing. All they know is ball games. Ball games and jockstraps and guys that throw baseballs and footballs and basketballs. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Considering the fact that they once considered themselves the premier sports station, I mean, like...
Hi, this is Brett Hedican, and you're listening to South Florida's Hockey Authority, Neil Rogers.
See, I mean, we had the stuff like that. How come we don't... I mean, we had those horrible rejoin things with Shaq and... who the other ones we had?
You're asking me?
Dwayne Wade. I think we had one from...
I believe so.
Oh. But, I mean, how come we don't have show intros by some of these people, huh? Or some of the past people, like Danny Boy. How come we don't get Danny Boy to do an intro for this show? Or from some of his good buddies like the Humper and Mad Dog, huh? You see what I'm saying?
No. What are you saying?
I'm saying that Josh Darrow, Clarence Darrow, is a simpleton. That's what I'm telling you. They're just talk about... See, they got the wrong guy as far as sitting on their ass. I'm not the guy that's sitting on my ass. I'm waiting to see something, a little something, besides this horrible, awful... Well, I'm not going to go into it again. Morning show. 1065 on that poll, 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
You just don't care anymore, you know about?
WQAM, hello.
Josh fan checking in.
WQAM, hello. Josh, he's got his own fan club out there. And a lot of fake Joshes on the internets. Everybody wants to be Josh. And that's because they want the Russian girlfriend, I guess. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'd like to get on the air with Neil, please.
You're on the air with Neil, sir.
Oh, I'm on the air now?
It sounds just like you, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Listen, about that guy that called a few minutes ago saying what was wrong with your show. There's nothing wrong with your show, Neil. I've been watching, first time listener anyway, many years listening to you.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing wrong with your show. I enjoy every minute of it when I do. The only thing that I do have to complain about is the spots they play in the afternoon, one after the other.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so much time on commercials. And
what we're going to start doing to maximize our profits, we're going to start playing two at a time.
Yeah. And the other guy is advertising, right now he's advertising that the guy that beat Neil Rogers in the ratings. Well, what's up with that, Neil? Is that true?
We had a 4-something, he had a 2-3. Which sounds bigger to you?
Well, you. Wonderful, wonderful. How about Hank and Jim? How did they do, Neil?
Not good.
Not good. All right. Thanks for taking my call, Neil.
Thanks for making your call. LeBastard had a 3-8, we had a 3-1. Not good. Yeah, so I guess now you go by QM. I hate to break the news to you, Sid the Kid. Nobody pays any attention to QM when you talk about ratings, okay? It's average quarter-hour share. Even little children in a sandbox know that. But since you're just a paid shill for Imus up there, sitting there making a bunch of stupid remarks, what the hell would you know about it anyway? Oh, Imus is off the air, the I-Man. He can't go back to New York. So now he's going to try to start a contrived deal. Yeah, just keep talking a good game, like I said. The day that you beat us in a book, that'll be a cold day in purgatory, okay? Baldy. 1070 on the poll, 1070. 567-0560. See, I'm not reading the result. Because that would be killing time and going through the motions. Puts the motion in your basket. That's what Brandy Quinn was saying. Looked like he was putting a little... In fact, that was a still picture. I wonder if there was if we could animate that. If there was like a little motion going on, you know what I mean?
Emotion?
Maybe a little lotion with that motion. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
I've been listening to you since 1979, and the answer is real simple. You guys made your bed with the Dolphins, and now you're going to lie in it. A year ago, you hired all these Dolphin employees like...
What do you mean you?
I mean QAM, not you.
Oh,
not you,
Jesus.
Bill Rogers. I mean, you're the greatest. You'll always be the greatest.
Yes.
I'm talking about QAM. They hired Kenny Bubblegum Walker, who's the Dolphins PA announcer.
Right.
Bo Dullard, who's the former Dolphin... And Jim Mandich, who only talks Dolphins. He shoved that Dolphin happy talk down your throat until your ears ring. And it's not what we want to hear. And, I was a big, loyal QAM fan, but I switched. I listen to Joe Rose. I listen to Sid Rosenberg late in the afternoon. I listen to Le Batard because they talk about
Dan LeBastard?
Because they talk about things other than the Dolphins, and when they do talk about the Dolphins, they rip the Dolphins, okay? They tell the truth about the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why people have turned away, okay? You guys, your station just shills for the Dolphins. You've become a propaganda arm of the Dolphins, and it's not what we want to hear. It's really that simple. It's not what we want to hear.
It's not what they want to hear, guys. Well, guess what? You better get used to it.
Well, then we're going to find an alternative.
Okay, well, I guess you told them.
Well, I told them. You have a great day, Neil.
See ya. I think the timing on that whole deal is not really very propitious, is it? Mm-hmm. Now that we got them Dolphin broadcasts back on there, we're going to, we love the Dolphins. They are the best. Come on, let's jump on the bandwagon. Come on, we don't want to be left out in the cold. Here we go. Here we go. We love the Dolphins. It's a really bad song.
Miami has a Dolphin.
Oh, boy. Hey, listen, Moss 11, you know what I'm saying? We're squeaking on by.
Grab my junior, honey.
I believe that rehab's in my future. If I keep carrying on this way. If I said I'm sober, it was just a lie. I am so freaking high. But it is easier than go to a meeting and say, hi, my name is Whitney. I started long ago, smoked some pot and did a little blow, heroin and LSD, angel dust and some peyote, love crystal meth and ecstasy. I'm lying if I say that I'm drug-free. Airport security. They found some pot on me. You'll find the greatest drugs. They're all inside of me.
All right. 132 at 560 WQAM. So, one of the things that we've heard repeatedly over and over and over again, I wouldn't know because I don't listen, but the fact that Eric Reed is on there doing his own live spots, and Ira Windbag's got his own live spots. How about Alex Marvez? Is he doing spots, Chris?
I don't think so, not yet.
Oh, well, thank God for that. Then what the hell we got him on the air for Christ's sakes? If they can't sell it, get him out of there. Kick his ass out. And it's gotten to the point. It's like the guy that was talking about the worst team before. You had Joe doing live spots, and then Geldy would come back after a recorded spot or two and do a live spot, and then another recorded spot or two, and then Defoe would come back and do another live spot. And by the time you got through with an 85-minute break, you'd be like, oh, like an endurance contest. Can you endure this? Will you pass out first before there's actually any kind of program on there? Before anybody makes a little sound with their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Josh Hancock was drunk at the time of his fatal accident, and marijuana was found in the sport utility vehicle he was driving. You know, this, America, are you ever going to grow up with this? Marijuana was found. No. Oh, gee, he had pot in his car. Wow. Police Chief Joe Makwa also said in a news conference today the 29-year-old Hancock was speaking on a cell phone at about the time of the crash early Sunday, I-64 in St. Louis. He was drunk, he was speaking on the cell phone, and he had a little wacky weed in the car, and Mr. Hancock was legally intoxicated at the time of the accident, Makwa said. St. Louis medical examiner Michael Graham said Hancock's blood alcohol level was 0.157. Oh, that's like our number at night, isn't it? Close. Mm-hmm. 0.157, nearly twice Missouri's legal limit of 0.08. He was smashed. He was plastered, baby. He was feeling no pain. Well, maybe that's a good thing, you know. Makwa said 8.5 grams of marijuana and a glass pipe used to smoke marijuana were found in the rented Ford Explorer. Toxicology tests to determine if drugs were in the system haven't been completed. Now, how much is 8.5 grams of pot?
I don't know from metric system. You'd have to use your own conversion system. We don't do the metric system for weed down here.
Or for anything else.
Right.
So how many kilos are you smoking today, this weekend? Kilo's only 2.2 pounds.
All right, that sounds about right.
An accident reconstruction team determined Hancock was going 68 miles an hour in a 55 zone when his SUV struck the back of a flatbed tow truck stopped in the driving lane. Makwa said there was no evidence Hancock tried to stop at all. He did swerve, but too late. Graham said the pitcher died within seconds of head injuries. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, but that wouldn't have prevented his death anyway, they said. He was speaking with a female acquaintance at about the time of the accident. See that? Speaking with a female acquaintance when this happened. Those women will kill you, man.
All the time.
Just ask George. He'll tell you. They'll kill you.
Slowly and expensively over the course of many years.
This was at least quick and I guess painless. He was, so plastered. 1079 in the pool. You better refresh that, mister. Don't read the result yet because that guy's going to get very upset. Crazy Dave. 1081. We need 19 more votes for 1100. WQAM, hello.
Is this 560?
Let me say it again. What did I just say, sir? WQAM, hello.
Oh, yes. I'd like to shed some light on the 8.5 grams.
Yeah, go ahead.
8.5 grams is a lot of pot. It's like over $100 worth. So, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a lot.
Well, I mean, you probably wouldn't be buying that much unless you're having a lot of fun.
Maybe you wouldn't.
Okay, thanks. Sound like an expert. Sounds like the voice of expertise to me. And here I thought George knew something. Here's a fax from Joe Huerta, who says, the ratings for your show in the last book are surprising considering you have the best radio show by far in Southeast Florida. Southeast Florida, not South Florida, and certainly not, I listen to you every day, and I tune in for the Mad Dog and Hank. But, Neil, that morning show with Kenny and Bo has to be the worst, the absolute worst. Even when Doi 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 was there, I could listen to the morning show. I can't anymore. The other day I tuned in accidentally. I felt like battery acid was being poured into my ear canal. Neil, your ratings will go up, and once again you'll be number one. Best regards, Joe. Thank you, Joe. And you're right about that morning show, Joe. Oh, it is just, woo! It is unspeakable is what it is. I can't even say it on the air. It is that. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, 8 grams, 7 grams is a quarter, which is $25. George should know that. 28
yeah,
grams
for regs.
Yeah, well, that's probably what he's smoking. I mean, he's
I don't think so. Who smokes regs anymore?
That's true.
Yeah, let's have a big pot fight. Come on, let's have a big pot fight now. You heard of a cat fight. Let's have a pot fight.
I'll win.
WQAM hotline, hello. Not there. Oh, they thought it was the hotline.
And I didn't think I'd laugh today.
Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
If you were there in the studio, you ought to smack George in the head for not knowing his metrics and his weed. It's 28.3 grams in an ounce, so 8 grams is a little over.
My scale has English on one side and metric on the other.
Wait, will you let this guy speak, for Christ's sakes? Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, again, it's 28 grams in an ounce, so therefore a quarter of grass is going to be a little over 7 grams.
Yeah.
So that guy that said a little over $100, that's right, but that ain't a lot of weed. This is some of the good stuff, right, George?
That's right.
And you know what? And the guy's still dead anyway, so it didn't really make too much difference. No matter how you cut it, he's still dead. No matter how you smoke it, no matter what you smoke it from and through and around and about, he's still dead. And he was drunk and talking to some broad on the phone. Oh, she was probably nagging. Oh, honey, why did you... You know, like that.
Probably.
You know how it goes.
I do.
Nagging and nagging and nagging and annoying and just driving him up the wall and probably just, probably wanted to die at that point. Probably just let me get it over with. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was just wondering, what was the Opie and Anthony's ratings up on the Buzz in the mornings?
Opie and Anthony, they don't show up in this market.
No, so Palm Beach doesn't show up in South Florida, no?
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
Not the Buzz. See ya. Opie and Anthony, man, now there you go. And what about Don and Mike? And what about, I'm telling you, Bob and Tom. I said that a long time ago. Did I tell you that?
Yes, you did. For years
Do you really
now.
believe, do you think that Bob and Tom could get a 2-2 in any market? No.
No.
I mean, that's a pretty scary number when you come right down to it. And then, of course, that 1 month where they had the 0.8 or whatever that was. Whoa. Whoa. Hang on, baby. Hang on tight. We're in for a wild ride, I can tell you that. 21 before 2 at QA. Mad Dog coming up at 2, and then it says the Power Hour, but I don't know if that's legit or not. I don't know. Because Hank is in Louisville, and if he's not doing a show today, why would he be on between 4 and 5, and then a decay from 5 to 6:30 from Las Vegas, and then the Marlin game? You understand what I'm saying? And then game night with Craig Mishmash. That's what we need is a lot more of those, Lenny Martez on the air and those people. Wouldn't you think?
Whatever.
And, of course, don't forget OJ McDuffie. Seriously, if they put him on the air, like on a regular, I may have to kill somebody.
Friday, you bastard.
Oh, you see her on the TV, Heather Mills McCartney. It's a kind of bizarre, she's dancing with the stars, cause she's a dancing with one leg. Well, it sure is quite a sight, where her prosthetic leg takes flight. Well, if it seems to me, it's what we want to see, cause she's a dancing with one leg. Oh, she's dancing with one leg. Oh, she's a dancing with one leg. Her marriage is true, what is she trying to prove? Yes, she's a dancing with one leg. Oh. She's a known all over the world. Now there's danger when she twirls. Will they kick her off if her leg is lost? Cause she's dancing with one leg. So folks are gone to view, and it's a pretty brave thing to do. Yes, you take a chance when Heather tries to dance, cause she's a dancing with one leg. Oh, she's dancing with one leg. She's a dancing with one leg. I don't think she'll lose, cause she's got something to prove, cause she's a dancing with one leg. Oh, she's dancing with one leg.
I'll tell you one thing, we may not make our 1,100 votes. Boy, oh boy. We're really into this weekend slide now. We got 1091. Chris, what are you thinking, huh? What are you thinking? Ruben, I've been thinking that those numbers were really stinking. I beg your pardon?
We'll get it.
You're going to get it all right. 1092, we need 8 votes for 1,100. Not that anybody really cares about that. Like that faxer, you're the fat boy's boyfriend, you know. That's who that was from, by the way.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Just call me Sherlock Holmes.
All right.
I was going to mention this. I did mention it, but I didn't read the story. Folk singer and anti-war activist Joan Baez said she doesn't know why she wasn't allowed to perform for recovering soldiers recently at Walter Reed Army Medical Center as she planned. In a letter to the Washington Post published Wednesday, she said rocker John Mellencamp, who used to be John Cougar Mellencamp, but that got a little bit ponderous, you know? So now he's just John Mellon, or as what's-his-name used to call him, John Mellon Balls. Remember Gonzer on Gonzer's Grill, Jeff Gonzer?
No.
Oh, you're so lucky. He was, talk about cornball radio. Jeff Mellon Balls. Had asked her to perform with him last Friday, and she accepted his invitation. I've always been an advocate for nonviolence, and I've stood as firmly against the Iraq War as I did against the Vietnam War 40 years ago, she wrote. I realize now that I might have to have contributed to a better welcome home for those soldiers fresh from Vietnam. Maybe that's why I didn't hesitate to accept the invitation to sing for those returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. In the end, 4 days before the concert, I was not approved by the Army to take part. Strange irony, says Joni. Baez, 66. Boy, she's an old fart, huh?
Sure.
Even older than I am. That's old. told the Post in a telephone interview Tuesday she was not told why she was left off the program by the Army. There might have been one. There might have been 50 soldiers who thought I was a traitor, she told the paper. The Post reported that Walter Reed officials didn't respond to requests for comment this week, but that in an emailed statement published Monday on RollingStone.com, spokesman Steve Sanderson said the medical center received a request for participation by Baez just 2 days before the concert. These additional requirements were not in the agreement contract and would have required a modification, he told the magazine's website. Mellencamp earlier told RollingStone.com they didn't give me any reason why she couldn't come. We asked why, and they said she can't fit here, period. Joan Baez, comunista, all of the, next thing they'll be asking for Jane Fonda to be there. That's America for you, man. Fascista. It's the Nazi effing way, baby. Make no mistake about it. And here it's the QAM effing way where we're taking the pipe, baby. We're taking, although, at least we still got our hair above water. Not that I have a lot anymore. You know what I mean?
Like that song.
What's that?
Moving on up. Keeping your head above water.
Oh, keeping your head above water.
Yeah,
I'm not going to play it again, though. I'm too lazy.
Yeah. Too late in the show, anyway.
1097. We need 3 more votes for that 1100. We only got 13 minutes to do it, and the way things are going. See, that's what happens with complacency and stupidity. And, of course, Clarence Darrow, what they ought to do is, at 2 o'clock, in honor of this book that just came out, they ought to take Clarence out. There's got to be a big flagpole somewhere there, like maybe next door on the corner there, at the Amico place.
Probably
have a big flagpole. And just hang his ass right from there. We can get channels 4, 6, 7, and 10 to come and cover it. Get a little publicity for a change. It's about time Clarence got hung anyway. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
I was just going to say, I've been listening to you for a long time. I love your show. I think I've listened to since 1927, it seems like.
Yeah, at least.
I think when the Jew canoes come back in October, I think then your ratings will probably go back up.
When the Jews come back?
When the Jew canoes. Remember you used to say the Jew canoes?
Yeah. I hate to break the news to you. This rating is from January, February, and March.
Yeah, I just figured that maybe because they go away, that the listenership goes down. You know what I'm saying?
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? This is Quarter Sly guy. How you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, I remember a week or so ago I called you and told you about Joe Rose coming back to QAM?
Yes.
Well, they had a big article in the Miami Herald today.
I know. I read it on the air this morning, sir.
I heard that. But I just wanted to make sure that you heard it here first. You just remember the Quarter Sly guy told you that he was coming back to QAM because Bo and Kenny, they would blow.
Okay, thanks for the bulletin. Blow and Kenny blow is what this guy said. Now, I don't know about Brandy Quinn because she's got her hands in everybody's pantaloonies there in that picture. It's on neilrogers.com, by the way. Right? Is it above the pole, below the pole, it's below the waist, I'll tell you that. Talk about a hit below the belt. Yeah, it's right under the pole, as a matter of fact. There it is. Brady's got that pink shirt on, too. I forgot to notice that, didn't you?
No.
Brady's got a pink shirt, and she's got a big smile on her face, Brandy Quinn. Brady Quinn scores a touch.
I don't know who is who in that picture when I send it to you.
Brady Quinn is on the right, okay? He's on the right.
I'm not going to go back and look to see.
She's on the right. She's got a pink shirt and some gray pantaloonies, and the kid's got his hand in the general area of really his thigh, not his privates, not his thing. And even the other guy there on the left who looks like he's having a pretty good time with a drink in his hand, a drinky poo, he's got his hand on the kid's thigh. But Brandy, she's got her hand right there smack on the sweet spot, if you catch my drift, right on the kid's crotch. I just, they're just having a few laughs. You know how guys will be guys, and all you guys, you get together and grab each other's, I guess, I don't know. 11:02, Chris, you're okay, you're safe.
Cool.
I think it's Chris's fault that we had this bad book.
I
really thought about.
Jinx.
Yeah, and he's probably responsible for Kenny and Bo in the afternoon and the nighttime and that .7 at night. I mean, when this radio station can have any day part, I'm sorry. When we can have a day part, even if it was a lot of Panther stuff, and it starts with a, And, of course, I'll tell you another thing that really helped, too, is when they started putting that damn ESPN radio on at 10 o'clock at night. That was really good programming, baby. Wow. To make sure that everybody wakes up in the morning with their dial set anywhere but us. Anywhere but us, called Pennywise and Pound Foolish. Pennywise and Pound Foolish. Maybe instead of sending the big O off to that thing, what do they call that thing every year? The Combine. The NFL Combine, to measure everybody's things with his calipers there. Maybe instead of wasting money on cockerwire like that, they could actually put some real live programming on there. Although I guess they are having Eddie K on again, because that went over like a pregnant pole vaulter on a hot July day at the equator. ESPN Radio, 10 o'clock at night, while some people might actually still be awake. A disgrace, shameful. Even George, who hates, as you know, the spectator sport thing like poison, even you could have given a pointer or two.
What?
You heard me.
About what?
I don't know. About where to point it.
North.
Here's the poll result, okay? And you ought to be proud. I haven't read the result for a long time now because that one guy there, Fat Boy's boyfriend, all you do is read the poll result and you're just going through the motions waiting for your next vacation and your next big fat paycheck. And what's the point? I got news for you. This show isn't the problem on this station. You can be damn sure of that. You can bet my life on it. My spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend is smoking hot 315. I ain't got nobody 270. Used to be hot, not so much no more 201. Just okay 124. Too fat 94. Average looking, like I said, average ain't bad 64. Ugly as sin 18. And I guess sin must be pretty ugly, huh?
Oh, really?
And too skinny, 16. I have 1,110 votes. We didn't do so bad, okay? We're holding our own. We're hanging on. We got the life raft here. We got that long cord, get a little oxygen here, and we'll see. We're treading water, waiting to see if these people ever come to their senses and see if they're going to shoot Clarence right out there in the parking lot, right at 2 o'clock this afternoon, when the little hand hits the big hand.
Miami Heat, 5, 6. Oh,
do you hear that? Oh, he's so big and sinewy. Oh, yes. That's what this radio thing is all about to me.
Oh, okay, Clarence, calm down.
Miami Heat. Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's our new Bandage promotion. We locked him in the bathroom.
All right.
The biggest fags.
Wait a minute. We're not finished yet.
Yeah, but isn't this going to kill time on Neil's next segment?
Oh, screw him. I'm not done pleasuring myself yet. Now bring back the big black cable guy.
I don't know what I've been told. Big leg woman ain't got no tool. Miami Heat on 5, 6. Oh.
The gayest homo management and sports up your ass all day. 560. We're AM.
No, not yet.
What?
Let the sporties don't play out and, I don't know, play more Mandich in the men's room.
Maybe we ought to run a tape.